I'm gonna let this one go for a little bit.
Purge.
Welcome to another episode of Speculation Sunday. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot of stuff has debuted this week at Universal Studios Hollywood and at Disneyland. And most importantly as well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about coming at Not Scary Farm next week as they debut their Halloween event. Today we're here with Just Ask Danny. How you doing, man?
I'm still Disney wasted from yesterday, but we had a long weekend of horror nights until like 1 in the morning, Oogie Boogie Bash till midnight. I know it's open until 11, but we stayed late, you know what I mean? So and it was like 90 some degrees, so I'm Disney wasted, haunt wasted, all kinds of wasted.
Dude, I'm haunt wasted if that's even a thing, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been haunt wasted, but I feel it, dog.
Yep.
It's just I feel like it's still hot. Like it's like even though we see pumpkins and stuff, it's not cold. It's not a sweater time. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But thank you everybody for joining another episode of Speculation Sunday. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I just want to make sure before we get started that you guys can hear us, you guys can see us, and let's get it fired up once we get the feedback from everybody. But thank you for joining. Seriously, thank you.
We have a quick question in the chat, Mondo. If people want to know if you're going to cover Fright Fest.
It's still up in the air. What's up, Bowman? It's still up in the air. I know that they debuted their event this, I think, yesterday. I'm gonna watch a couple videos and see how it goes. I'm gonna have to say the answer right now is no. That's what the real answer is right now. Yeah, it's still technically summer. You're right, Arlene. It really is. All right, we're getting a lot of thumbs up. A lot of thumbs up. Why is it 97 degrees or 90 degrees still out here, Danny?
That's September for us. September and October. September is usually hot and dry. October is also usually hot. And then we usually get Santa Ana winds during October, late September. So I would expect all of that to be coming soon too. So
yeah. That big black guy channel, it was hot at DCA and Disneyland yesterday. I was sweating all day. Dude, it's been brutal. It's been brutal. I forgot who it was who told me that they were at Disneyland all day on Saturday. And Friday. And he was just like, I don't know how you guys do it, where you guys come all the time, all day and night. I'm like, because, dude, we get dehydrated. You're so tired. And then, like, there's so much to do. Yeah. $10 water bottles if you run out of water. We got Mark W with the super chat. Mark says, thank you, Mondo and Danny, for killing it with all the content this weekend. 5 fires. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the super chat, Mark.
I got to put my phone real quick on Do Not Disturb, Mondo, so it might cut my audio and video for a second.
It's all good. Let me see. So I am struggling with this view right here. My window is for some reason smaller than Danny's. I'm going to get this fixed. I don't know when. I'm sorry if that bothers somebody. Because I know some people are like, what is going on with the screen? But Will Collins asks, have you seen the Scary Farm map? We have. We've actually known all this Scary Farm details for a while. It's just more about, I want to experience it. You know what I mean? But we'll see if we could bring that up later. Julian asks, are you going to do the haunted car wash? I don't know if Danny is going to do it, but we're definitely going to do the haunted car wash.
Oh yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah, that's on the schedule. That's
Can you
definitely
zoom
on the schedule.
Honda?
Yeah, I got you. Hold up. All right, Danny. Just leave it where you want me to. Right there is good for you. I got you. Boom. That good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here, let me put you a little higher, Danny. Right there. There we go. All right. Um, Thank you everybody for joining. Just waiting for a little bit to let people join. Let me see. Stacy Marie says, I'm up north. We've been in the hundreds. So I'm happy we've been in the 90s last couple of days. I don't even know what the hundreds feels like. Oh my gosh. Hugo says, Danny, I loved your story on Instagram where you got Agatha to cackle.
Yep. That was. I asked her. I'm like, "Can you give us a laugh, a cackle laugh?" And she's like, "She did it." And then she
Yeah.
said, "She's like, I always live up to what I say," or something like that.
Dude, I asked Agatha if she could do her laugh, and she's like, I don't take requests. And I was like, well, I need somebody to do the laugh. So I just did the laugh myself. I got a pretty good Agatha laugh, is what I realized. I'll be posting Oogie Boogie Bash vlog. I was going to post it today, but Speculation Sunday kind of creeped up on me time wise. I think I'm going to push or post tomorrow like 4 videos of Oogie Boogie Bash. So for all the people that have been waiting for the Oogie Boogie Bash content, it'll come out tomorrow. Uh, Big Avocado says, this heat beat me up yesterday. Left the park around 1, waited until 6 p.m. to return when the temperature went down. That's like the good route to go, man. Is like take a break away from the park and then come back.
Yeah, I saw Jeannie B. She got wrecked from the heat too.
Yeah, GDB's been going strong, but she says she's feeling that heat. Julie said
Uh,
105 in Vegas. My goodness.
I was gonna say, it's. I'm looking forward to like when it actually starts to cool down in October. So we'll hopefully
Mm-hmm.
do that. Don't forget, Mondo. This week's supposed to be Spookylation Sunday.
Oh, I know. I, man, I've been like Halloween Horror Night wasted to the max, and then throw in a Oogie Boogie Bash. I've been just, oh man, I forgot about that. It's such a good name. We got regular Josh 1 with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. When I went on Friday, it was hella hot too, but the highest was 90 degrees for 1 hour. I was still able to survive. Thank God for ice cold water. Heck yeah, Josh. Dude, Josh actually went on a good day. Disneyland hasn't been that bad, Danny. Like when it comes down to crowds lately.
Yeah, I think the heat really keeps people away. Although last night, from what I hear, people that went to Disneyland last night were just absolutely inundated with massive crowds.
It was just
Uh,
crazy,
they said,
especially all the park hopping that happens because of Oogie Boogie Bash from DCA to Disneyland.
yeah, it was essentially like apparently like impossible to get dinner last night as far as mobile order. There was like no times left. All the waits were really long. It was just a nightmare crowd wise last night. So it was kind
I,
of forced into Disneyland.
oh man, I could just imagine how crazy packed like Main Street was for the fireworks. It's probably crazy. We got Jenny Sheets with the super chat dropping 10 for Mystery Bay. Love the takeover. Dude, Mystery Bay's been on fire. I'm so proud of her for doing such a great job because she's never done something like that. And she was like live streaming for like 3-4 hours. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Thank you, Jenny Sheets. I'll definitely get that super chat to her. Oh, we got Jeannie B in the house. If it wasn't for Golden Horseshoe, Indoor Cues, and Animation Academy, I had me burst into flames this weekend. Seriously, need a video on places to cool off. Thanks, as always, for all the good tips. You know, Jeannie B asked, she was saying like a really good tip video would be best places to cool down. I kind of feel like we do need that video, Danny.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
Uh, for sure, Golden Horseshoe and Animation Academy, those have to be one of the contenders. You know what's surprisingly a top contender for places to go take a break? Docking Bay 7. You actually get kind of cold in there.
I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it. Docking Bay 7, and also another one that people kind of sleep on if you can get a seat inside is the Red Rose Tavern. It's cold in
yeah.
there too.
It's cold. I haven't been in there since they took away the eggs. I haven't sat down and eaten in there. The eggs from the Five Fire Breakfast. They used to sell Mickey shaped pancakes, sausage, and eggs for like $10.99, I think. And then they just took away the eggs. So it's only a pancake and sausage for the same price, or I think $1 extra. Ah, the good old Disney. The good old Disney. We've got DJ Reed. What's up, Mondo and Danny? Just wanted to say hi. My wife said thank you for the good vibes post-surgery. She's doing great. We did Disneyland for my birthday this past Friday. Keep up the great work. Happy birthday, DJ Reed.
Birthday.
Let me hit that horn. Happy birthday, DJ Reed. Hoping and sending nothing but positive vibes for her quick recovery of the surgery, man. And dude, I hope you had a wonderful time for your birthday. A special day for that. Let me see. We got Crystal with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. Hi, Mondo and Danny. We were at Downtown Disney and we left one of the stores. A family passed by us and the mom told her daughter, "Not right now. We're going home. When we get home, you can watch Mondo." What? I didn't know that's where the story was going. That's crazy. What? Oh my God. It must be a Halloween Horror Night video or something because I haven't been doing too much Disney lately. I want to let everybody know there's a lot of Disneyland specific content coming next week. This week was Halloween Horror Nights. And I just want to say for all the people that are not about that Halloween Horror Night life, we've been through the brunt of it. I'm still going to do vlogs because I got a frequent fear and I'll be going back to Halloween Horror Nights. But up next, we got a whole lot of Scary Farm. But most importantly, a lot of Disney Halloween stuff. So be prepared, everybody.
And don't forget, Mondo's got Florida coming up too.
Oh my God. We got Florida Halloween. And I don't even want to go into what we got planned. It's a big one. It's a big one. Chris Keto's Journey. Dumb question. How do I get Oogie Boogie tickets if it's sold out? I'm going to have to say there's just no way. There is a way, but there's really no way. You kind of have to book a Grand Californian hotel stay and then get lucky that there's extra tickets. And Danny has mentioned that before. But that's just obviously not a very effective way to get Oogie Boogie Bash tickets. But if you do buy tickets from anybody, always be wary and skeptical of who's selling the tickets. Jen, Mystery Bay and Sonic did such a great job on Thursday. I watched all 5 hours. I thought she was live for 3, Danny. Damn, 5 hours. Mystery Bay.
We got Maya Alyssa in the chat. She says, "So Mondo, I guess you can confirm the craziness that Oogie Boogie Bash can be. No time to eat, and that maze does sneak up on you. Might need to plan my visit for Oogie Boogie Bash so that it's not too chaotic."
Okay, everybody stay tuned. We're going to start off our day with Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios Hollywood. And then we're going to go into Oogie Boogie Bash second. Not Scary Farm will be third. That's how we got our day planned. Mia, stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about. We got
some speculations too for Disneyland as well. As not speculations too.
So. Yep. We got super chat from Cy FPB. Left at 8 p.m. last night because it was so jammed at Disneyland. Space Mountain single rider was at least 40, 50 people deep. Leaving early felt good. Okay, if single rider is 40, 50 people, just go in the regular line. There's no point in doing single rider at that point.
Yeah.
That's like probably, that might be like a 30-minute, 40-minute wait easy. 40, 50 people, that's a lot. That's a lot. Dude, Cy FPV, it feels good to have a magic key, man. Feels good to have a magic key. Hugo asked, does anyone know if Mickey's PhilHar Magic still goes on during Oogie Boogie Bash? And if it's worth it? It actually was on, as far as I remember, Danny.
Yeah, I want to say it was too, but I don't know for how long.
Yeah, it wasn't all night. That is true. We'll go into what's worth it, Oogie Boogie Bash wise, in a little bit. What's up, Big Joe? Big Joe in the house, baby.
We got DJ Michael Garcia. Mondo, are you going to do Not Scary Farm Buffet this year?
You know what? I just got done talking about that with Brittany Papa. I do not have anything planned,
But we
but
should plan probably.
we should plan. That's what I was gonna say. We need to look into it, but we don't have it planned. Like, are you guys interested in a buffet? I've never done one. To me, I look at it as more as I get to meet characters and have early entry more than the food. That's kind of how I look at it, Danny.
Yeah.
We got Eric with the super chat. Hey, Monjo and Danny, it was great meeting you guys yesterday at Oogie Boogie Bash. I remember you in the Corella line. Glad to have finally met. Dude, I hope you had a wonderful time at Oogie Boogie Bash. And man, it was hot in the beginning. But dude, I hope you had a wonderful time.
That's who that was. I didn't have a chance to talk since we were doing the live up front.
I know. But I hope you had a good time, Eric. Let me see. I'm just going through the chat.
We got
Jamie
a super
P.
chat from.
Hold on real quick. Jamie P. HHN looks so cool. I just feel like I would be scared beyond reason. But it's definitely something I would love to do in the future. You got to do it, Jamie P. You got to do it. We got a super chat. Oh, damn. Hit the horn.
Sticker of a pair saying, "You are amazing."
You are amazing. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you supporting the fire. Thank you for the super sticker. Let me keep going. We got Ramon14 with the super chat. I want to buy my HHN tickets with my work discount. Do you guys know if I could still do early entry, or do I need to buy them from Halloween Horror Night website? I want to say right now, I feel like there's a lot of confusion of what early entry is. Everybody has early entry. Yeah. There is a ticket that is sold that you go in at 2. That's its own thing. That's a
day and night combo ticket.
It's a day and night combo ticket. That has nothing to do with early entry. Everybody, general admission, front of the fast pass, whatever, via RIP, everybody. Well, not RIP because they have like times. You have early entry. All early entry means, at least the way it's working this year, is the first week, you get to go in at 5:30, and you could hit the mazes that start at 6. So all the mazes at the lower lot that are part of early entry, which are 2, that's The Exorcist, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then on the upper lot, you have the Terror Tram. Those are the only 3 attractions that are open for early entry. And you could go in at 5:30, and then at 6, all that stuff opens. And then officially, Halloween Horror Night opens at 7. But everybody has early entry. It's not something that like only one ticket has or another. It's not how it works.
We have Angela Bernal, who said, "Mondo, it was super nice meeting you last night on the bus back to Toy Story. Appreciate what you do and your kindness, even though you were so tired."
Oh, Angela, nice meeting you. Hope you got some good rest. Everybody in that Toy Story bus was just done, dude. We were done. Lisa says, "Are the Wizarding World rides open during HHN?"
They had Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey open, and I want to say I saw Flight of the Hippogriff going too.
Mm-hmm. Armando saying no early entry from third party. I don't know about that, but what the person was asking was about like an employee discount. So I'm pretty sure his ticket would work for that. If not, you could always call Universal Studios Hollywood to ask these questions. Their call center is up again, and I haven't had a long wait at all to get to their customer service. So anytime you got any of these questions, you want an official answer, definitely call Universal Studios Hollywood, their contact number. They're actually really good, man. Their call center is really good. All right, everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's fire up them likes. Let's fire up Speculation Sunday. All right, Danny. We went opening day, Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios Hollywood 2021. It was opening day on Thursday. Give us your thoughts, Danny. Let's go into a deep analysis, deep talking, or whatever, everything that went down on Thursday, and let's just have some fun, man. Talk some Halloween Horror Nights. We're finally here, baby.
Um, Halloween Horror Nights. Look, we were all aware that it was going to be a different event this year, um, because they didn't have the same amount of time that they normally do to prepare for this type of event, and also staffing was not at the levels they normally have for an event like this. So that the fact that they pulled off such a fun event for this year with the time that they were given and the constraints that they had for staffing and other things, just really shows the dedication for the team that puts this together on how dedicated they were to bring back a haunting event at Universal. So to me, it was a lot of fun. Um, I would have had fun on the night that we went, even without Express. But it was very much a different story the following day. Day two of the event looked absolutely horrendous if you did not have Express. So um, I really just would never do Universal Halloween Horror Nights without Express. I wouldn't even think about doing it without Express unless I had a frequent fear. You know, if I had a frequent fear and I'm coming back on a regular basis, then I wouldn't care. But if I'm doing a 1 day ticket only to the event, Express is what we did. Express is what I would always recommend. But overall, I thought it was a really fun event. Was it like as good as 2019? No, it wasn't. But it was still really, really great. And I liked that I was able to experience some of those old mazes that they resurrected for this particular event. I think that was the theme, was like back with a vengeance. I think the theme means like they brought back kind of all these classics to like kind of usher in Halloween Horror Nights again since it's been gone. So
Yep. We got a super chat from Stacy. Let me hit the horn. Stacy Marie, be there tomorrow until Friday. Thanks for the 4 a.m. reservation tip. It worked. I am so happy it worked. It's so different than the pre-Rona. We got Monday lamplight for dinner, Tuesday storytellers breakfast and Oogie Boogie Bash, Thursday Blue Bayou. Hope to see you guys soon. Stacy Marie, that is a jam-packed, amazing itinerary that I look at right here. Damn. Oogie Boogie Bash, Storytellers, Lamplight, Blue Bayou. You're going to have a great trip, Stacy Marie. Thank you for
yeah,
the kindness. Wow. Uh, my favorite thing so far about Halloween Horror Nights is just having it back. This event was just it didn't get fired up in 2020, obviously, and then to have it be fired up in 2021, it felt so good. It felt so good to just be in the atmosphere of like being scared and having fun again, and it was really a great moment opening day, from start to finish. Even though there was like a audio moment, essentially is what they're calling it, not a scaremony, but it's understandable. I get it. The big thing with Scaramony is there's a lot of packing people in like sardines. That's always been the case. It's been like that as long as there's been a Scaramony, and that just doesn't work this year. That's something I want to let everybody know. There's no Scaramony. There's an audio moment, but it's not a Scaramony.
it's
Scaramony
the it's
hopefully
like the
returns
ceremony.
next year. What happened, Danny?
No, I was like it's like our version of the ceremony this year.
Yeah, it's just a different type of moment, but hopefully we keep our fingers crossed. Ceremony and an actual like I guess I want to say like a practiced play or skit gets done in 2021 for whatever comes that year. It'll be awesome. It's gonna be awesome return for that. But we
Yeah.
got Adam with the super chat. Adam says I'm planning on going to Disneyland in December. Dude, Adam, we got a lot to talk about that soon because Disneyland is now talking Christmas, even though we're not even in October and we're already talking Christmas. But thank you, Adam. Regular Josh won with the super chat. The longest I think I had to wait for any ride on Friday was literally 20 minutes. I even got on Space Mountain 2 times in a row. Total of 4 times that day. Combo of short lines, single rider, such a time saver. And that's on a Friday trip to Disneyland, Danny. Dude, you had the best day, Josh. I was watching your Instagram story. Dude, you,
Yeah.
you can't beat that, man. You literally chose the perfect day. The perfect
Yeah.
day.
Um, we got Jose Osuna, our friend Jose in the chat. He said day two was absolutely insane. I feel so bad for folks who couldn't go on Thursday instead because Thursday was just so chill.
Dude, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that right now. I want to bring this comment up real quick. Thank you, Jose. M Ladybug. We used our platinum pass to HHN last night, upgraded to Express Unlimited, and got wristbands all by 4 p.m. at the park. Ladybug, that's how you do it right there. You did it right. Okay, let's talk about that, Danny. When we were at Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday, I don't think anything went beyond 40 minutes. And for the most part, most mazes were like 20. Obviously, capacity changed from Thursday to a Saturday. Saturday, we were seeing 180-minute waits. um, if anybody was to buy a front of the line pass, the most value for that is obviously on a Friday, Saturday. I'm guessing Sunday which is tonight, shouldn't be that bad, but for sure Friday, Saturdays, HHN is just going to be nuts. And imagine how much more busier it'll be in October. We're not even in October, dude. Let me see. I'm just reading. Danica says Express is pricey, but I'm sure he'll be worth it considering the wait times we've seen everyone post.
Yeah, so I did want to take a moment to explain too, because Rosa M asked, "Can you explain the Express ticket and how it works?" So, just forget Express on how you know Universal Express to be during the day. Okay, so Express during Halloween Horror Nights is totally different. There's two versions of Express, three if you count the RIP tour. So there's Express, which lets you access any ride and that offers Express, and any maze in the event one time. So you can do each maze once and each ride once through the express queue. You can go back on the mazes again, but you just have to wait in the regular line. And then there's Express Unlimited, which allows you to access the express queues on all those things as many times as you want without any limitations.
Yeah.
And then the third option would be the RIP tour, which essentially functions as a Express Unlimited with the lanyard that you're given. However, you have your own dedicated entrance, and a lot of times the RIP entrance is way less than even the express queues. So you're just almost sometimes just directly walking into the maze without any walk at all or any wait at all. So they all have obviously varying prices, but I feel like you get an overall just of the event if you go with just the regular express, and that's all we did on Thursday night.
Yep. Express on Thursday is obviously still worth it, but we'll see how Thursday ends up being next week. Maybe Thursdays is just a good day to buy a general admission and have fun. But we'll see. We'll see. Things change week to week. Philip meets Skyfam with the super chat. Is Five Fires going to HHN Orlando? We should, but we're playing it by ear because the way things are going these days, things change so much with just everything that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we hopefully it's in the plans. That's what I'll say. It's in the plans. It's in the plans. We got Anonymous with the super chat. Hey Mondo, it was a blessing meeting you on Thursday for Horror Nights. I'm thinking of doing the RIP tour next month for my birthday. Dude, just do it. I know it's expensive. RIP tour is like from beginning to end, totally worth it. Totally worth it. I was just telling Danny, and we'll go more into detail about RIP tour in a little bit, that we should just do opening day next year RIP tour. It's just worth it.
Crystal and Chris gave us the chisme in the chat. So we got confirmation from the team members in the park. They were just, I mean, we weren't even asking for it. They were we were just talking about how the event felt so chillin'. They just told us that the event was at a 10,000 person capacity on Thursday. Well, Crystal and Chris confirmed that it was 22,000 on Friday.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
Universal's not the biggest of lands. It felt like it.
Yeah, and people have to remember too. Universal has about as much square footage or acreage as California Adventure Park, or maybe probably a little bit more. But you have to remember the park is split in two, so like there's a large portion of the park that's all separated by like literally like a 10-minute ride on an escalator.
Yeah.
So like it's not easy quick flow of traffic between the parks of the park. So like if the upper lot is really packed, like you feel it because that's like 22,000 people trying to fit in there. You know what I mean? So
It might be just 10,000 people, like not even in a Simpsons land, like just on that back area. Eric S with the super chat. What's up, Eric? Went HHN Friday night. Very glad to have had Express as part of my ticket. Those wait times for some mazes are insane halfway through the night. It's true. They got up to 100. I think 80 minutes is the highest I saw. Let me see. Brandon asks, what were the food line wait times like for HHN? You know what, Brandon? Surprisingly,
not bad.
Like maybe 10 minutes at the most. I think it's because the Halloween Horror Nights doesn't really focus on foods. To talk about foods, missed opportunity for not opening up the ice cream shop and theming some foods because they did it for Stranger Things. Remember, Danny? Right there at the lower lot?
They had Scoops Ahoy, and then they had the mall. God, I keep forgetting what the name of the mall is.
Starcourt
Mall. They had the Starcourt Mall and the Scoops Ahoy, and those are such big name things and have such a huge cult following that those just drew massive lines last year, and they all had themed food and everything. So
yeah, last year line sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and when Mondo says last year, he means 2019.
I mean 2019.
But the theme this year was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and like not everyone's like super big on like that's not like something that's super like, oh, I gotta try themed food from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
You know, it just so happened to be that like Stranger Things had like perfect tie-ins for that kind of stuff.
I feel like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like you don't think of like, oh, something from there sounds really good. Like you don't think that. At least not me. Not me, dude. Christina with the super chat. Hey, Mondo and Danny. Went to my first HHN yesterday. Congratulations, Christina. And Express was so worth it. We did every maze / ride. Damn, she even used it on the ride. The most we had to wait was around 5 minutes. Thank you for your helpful tips for a push. Hell yeah, Christina. Christinita, what is your favorite, like your top 2 mazes? I want to see it in the chat, Christinita. Let me see. Jose says Terror Tram was also a nightmare on Friday. It was 115 minutes all night. Plus the trams were backed up trying to get to the drop-off zone. It made the Terror Tram not so enjoyable. I could just imagine, man. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly feel like Express is like I said, it's the only way I would do it. And same with Knott's Berry Farm. When we get to that too, you know, Fright and Fast Lane at Knott's Berry Farm, in my opinion, is the only way to do these events like this. You think the waits are bad at HHN? Just wait to Scary Farm. You know, those waits are crazy and they don't move very fast.
First, I'm going to tell you right now, Scary Farm is going to have worse waits.
Yeah.
It's just a bigger theme park.
They don't load their mazes as quick. Universal tends to pull some really fast, and Knott's kind of spaces people out. So
yeah,
it's not like a, you know, Universal kind of like almost constantly like conga lines people through, and they just don't really do that at Knott's. So it makes the lines a little bit feel like you're waiting a lot longer. But yeah, Express, in my opinion, is so worth it. I can't wait to do the RIP tour
next
year, you know, for sure.
Philip meets Skyfam with the super chat. Does Hollywood have icons like Orlando? Sadly, we do not. That's just like kind of like an Orlando thing.
They've had Jack in the past, but it hasn't been like an ongoing thing. That's like, you know, HHN is just really different in Orlando. It's like it's got a huge cult following. bigger than ours, way bigger than
Oh,
ours.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, so
they're
like
just a bigger theme park, though. Just
yeah,
saying.
they've got like a lot of budget and a lot of people behind that event. So
Yep. Maurice did general admission Thursday and got to do two mazes twice. This is the day to go. That's what I'm talking about. Also, got to meet you and Andre opening night. It was awesome. I'll be back on Saturday with Express. See, Maurice knows what he's doing. He ain't going back on Saturday like without Express. Danny, for the people wondering, what was your favorite mazes? Like, give us the reasons why. What'd you enjoy the most?
in 2019, I really did enjoy Pandora's Box, but I wouldn't have put it in my top mazes just because we had such great ones that year. But I would say it's definitely in my top two this year. If we're doing top three, for sure, my number one maze was definitely Haunting of Hill House, just to kind of walk through the TV show and like the scenes, the iconic scenes, like when the walls disappear and the ghosts show up, and the ghost hovering over the kids. The even like seeing how detailed they got with the doors in the hallway, looking exactly like the doors in the movie, like it just makes you feel a certain type of way when you see stuff like that come to life from a show or a movie that you're actually watching. I would say my second one would be Pandora, Curse of Pandora's Box. I felt like it just really hit hard this year, and like the scares were all great, and it was visually stunning in 2019, and it was just as good this time, in my opinion. I love the little mini storyline at the beginning when you're in the little curio shop, the little knickknack shop beforehand. Um, and then I'd say my third maze is probably Bride of Frankenstein Lives, just because I think the scares are really good and the sets are even better. It's a very beautiful maze. They spent a lot of time on that maze and making it look just really, really clean and really nice.
Yeah.
I have no complaints about it. And you end right into a scare zone, which is really fun.
Mm-hmm. My top mazes, it's changed and flip flopped throughout this event. I've actually been to Horror Nights 3 times this week. It's insane. I don't know if I've ever been to Horror Nights 3 times in a week, but um, I'm gonna have to say my favorite is Halloween 4. I really enjoy Halloween 4. For me, Halloween 4 and number 2, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then number 3, I'm gonna have to say Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Those are my top 3. Um, for me overall, I could keep doing Halloween 4. For some reason, maybe I'm Michael bias. I don't know, but Halloween 4, it's fun. It has good moments. I'll call it, and there's a lot of variety to it. Sometimes scares are different. I won't give any spoilers, but uh, Bride of Frankenstein is, to me, Bride of Frankenstein is the most beautiful maze. Those sets and the moments you have in there are just amazing. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that one for me, when everybody's working and all the scares are happening, it's the scariest. I think that one was the scariest. But I feel like all the mazes brought it this year. I never felt like, oh, that sucked. I never felt that at all. Terror Tram grew on me a lot.
I
Uh,
like it. I like it.
yeah, Terror Tramp grew on me a lot, and I actually really liked it. I really, really, I don't like the steep uphill walks, because, dude, that is, I'll tell you right now, the one thing you're gonna get for sure at Halloween Horror Nights is sweat. You're gonna be sweating, and you're gonna be thirsty. So as I've recommended people to like bring their own water. Some people were telling me they were like spilling out people's water. I think if you have a closed container, so like a closed water bottle, I think you could bring that in. But man, you are just sweating. There's a lot of walking that goes into Halloween Horror Nights with the way all the houses are positioned. There is no like, okay, we did this, let's go do that. Like the only really houses that you could do that with is Halloween and Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Obviously, there's The Walking Dead, but I'm not even going to talk about that.
We didn't even do that.
So those are like really the only two mazes. Other than that, Haunting a Hill House and The Curse of Pandora's Box are super over there behind the scenes. And then the Terror Tram is over there behind like pretty much behind the scenes. And then on the lower lot, we have two mazes. It's just things are far apart from each other. So a really good tip, wear really good shoes because you're going to be walking a lot. And just be aware there's a lot of incline stuff when it comes down to walking for all these mazes. We got Jose Jimenez with the super chat. What do you recommend for a beginner? Not Scary Farm or Halloween Horror Nights? Honestly, there's no wrong answer, in my opinion. No wrong answer. They're both scary, Joseph. Just follow your heart. Follow your heart. What were we gonna say, Danny?
I was like, we got a couple people asking if we could clarify what time early entry actually happens.
From what I heard, it's 6. It's 6. That's as far as I know. They let people in at 5:30, but everything starts at 6. I'll look on the website. Let me see. Let me bring it up. Early entry.
They were letting people in at 5:30, and then it seems like mazes were already open, but I think it officially starts at 6. But I think most things were already open at 5:30 because they were just trying to get people dispersed and kind of not congregating. So they were opening up already. But you have to keep in mind some mazes look really different at 5:30. So like, in my opinion, Exorcist is open for early entry, and that's an indoor maze. So I would go straight to Exorcist because it doesn't matter if it's day or night. It's in a dark set, so it's going to look good either way. But seeing some of the walkthroughs of people going through Bride of Frankenstein Lives during the day, it didn't look good because it's like there's a lot of portions of that maze that are completely exposed to the outside, and it was like bright light still at 5:30. So
right here, Danny. Arrive early. Buy your tickets online for early entry admission to select mazes at no extra charge, starting at 6:15. Park entry 6. This changed because they somehow on opening day pulled the ceremony. I don't know if there was one or not, but as you guys saw, John Murdy literally posted on Instagram, no ceremony, and maybe that's why the big change happened, that they start letting in people at 5:30. One thing I did realize too, Danny, they actually let people get in line for the mazes that open up at 7. So they just get the line started already, or like beforehand. So no one goes in till 7, but they just let people in. I was like, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's new to me. Let me see. Amy says, finally, we've been telling you RIP is so worth it. Super happy you guys did it and loved it. Got our annual trip down to SoCal for Oogie Boogie on the 21st and the main and the best event, HHN, the 23rd. Heck yeah, Amy. Hope you have a wonderful time. We got
a couple people in here, Mondo, asking about the price of the RIP. Does your video go over that? I hadn't gotten to the end.
No, I did not, because it's different. It's different. I can't say one price because everything's different. Like, I'll bring it up right now.
It is the most expensive of the 3 options, but again, if you are a first timer at Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights, RIP is a great option if you can afford it, because if you don't know your way around the park, if you don't know your way around the event, you're gonna have a tour guide with you who's gonna know where everything is, and you're also gonna have private transportation to things like the Terror Tram, which Mondo experienced as well. So maybe the issue that they were talking about earlier in the chat about backed up trams, you wouldn't be dealing with that because your private VIP little bus thing kind of goes around all that. So
yeah. Right here this is the RIP tour for anybody that's interested. If you do it on Thursdays, $309. That is a deal. Like, you cannot. That's a good deal right there. Obviously pricey as heck, but what do you expect? It's a RIP tour.
Now it does include dinner.
Yeah, you get dinner, and most importantly, I said it in the video, but I didn't emphasize, you get valet parking, Danny. Can't beat that. Yeah.
That's good.
But if you try to do a RIP tour on Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday, the 18th and 25th, It's $349 on the 18th, and then $369, and this is per person on the 25th. But as I was saying, the prices change from like date and time of the month. We got Crystal and Chris with the super chat. If you're co-signer going to HHN 3 times or more, consider frequent fear pass. When we get back, went back yesterday around 7:30, waited 10 minutes for bride, got food and drinks, and just enjoyed the park and scare zones.
Yep.
And I can't wait to do a video on that, which will be probably in like 2 weeks or something. I'm not going to Halloween Horror Nights for a while. Frequent fear is like gold. Like Crystal and Chris are saying right now, frequent fear allows you to just, it's like a magic eat. Now you can just show up late, leave early, and not care. Because frequent fear is a season pass that lets you go on certain dates to Halloween Horror Nights. And I think they're around the $190 range. I don't know if they've gone up more now because prices have increased for Halloween Horror Nights. But frequent fear, if you definitely want to go multiple times, frequent fear is the way to go. The way to go. Disnoa Land says Texas Chainsaw in Hollywood was better than Orlando. You rarely ever hear statements like that. We got Tony D with the super chat. Did the RIP tour last night. Damn.
Yeah.
The best day to do it. 100% worth it. The look on people's faces when you're passing them multiple times, priceless. Oh, man. Hope you had a wonderful time, Tony D. And then we got regular Josh 1 with the super chat. Honestly, Mondo, how do you do theme parks almost every day? My legs are still kind of sore from all day Disney, and I'm back on Wednesday. Oh boy. I don't know how I do it. I just love this so much. You know what's funny? I will say this. Danny could attest to this. When Disneyland reopened, one of our first conversations, remember, Danny, was we ain't theme park ready, dude. We're not. I'm in the condition. I'm like a conditioned machine now. But back in April, dude, I was not theme park ready, dog. Oh man.
People are saying here, don't burn out this Halloween season. You guys have to know, Mondo, this is his season. So he was already
live for this.
He's mentally preparing for Halloween season, like literally all of 2020.
Yeah. First of all, this week coming up, I'm going so hard. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how hard I'm going.
Think we were going hard last week? Just wait till this week.
Yeah, this week is I'm gonna say it, hard as a rock. We got Anna with the super chat. There we go. No, hold on. There it is. Hey guys, thanks for the cheese on Sundays. Mondo, I saw you at Oogie Boogie Bash yesterday. Wanted to say hi, but didn't want to interrupt while you were streaming. Oh, thank you, Anna. I hope you had a wonderful time at Oogie Boogie. I can't wait to talk Oogie Boogie in our second segment of Speculation Sunday, but it was a blast. I was really grateful to have experienced Oogie Boogie Bash. I am going to go back, actually. I don't know when, but I'll be back soon. But thank you, Anna. Let me see. We got Eric with the super chat. Mondo, your video from the walkthrough of HHN helped me with mapping out where everything was. And yes, HHN was a very sweaty event. Fire punch. Thank you, Eric. Danny, if you had to give some people tips, how do you attack Halloween Horror Nights for a person that's new? They've never been to Halloween Horror Nights. What the heck? Like, what do I do? I don't know how to start. Like, now that you've done the event, what's kind of the best route to go, Danny?
Yeah, if you were talking specifically about this event, I would definitely say get there for early entry and knock out the mazes on the lower lot that you can do for early entry and get those done. There's nothing else going on lower lot except for the 2 mazes and then the attractions that are open and then the Terror Lab, which is like a bar lounge with some food. They also have the themed Texas Chainsaw Massacre barbecue there. So there are a couple things down there, but the mazes down there, you can get those knocked out. Exorcist kind of a really long wait. And then I would say head up to um, do the either the Terror Tram next, or I would say the Haunting of Hill House and Pandora's Box combo next, because the Terror Tram can get really long waits. It is open for early entry, and if you're looking for, I just feel like the Terror Tram and Bride of Frankenstein, which are open for early entry, they just don't look good during the day. I'm just going to be fully honest. They don't scare as good. They don't look as good. I
No,
mean,
that's good info, Danny. Very good
yeah,
info.
the terror tram, you might be really severely disappointed if you do it during the daylight. But like the terror tram at nighttime with the fog, especially in the War of the Worlds set, is really really cool. If you're more excited about seeing the Bates Motel and the Psycho House and the War of the Worlds set up close and walking around those, maybe doing it during the day is more important to you because then you can kind of like nerd out about being around those and how close you are. They still have the Norman Bates photo opportunity in the middle of the Ultimate Purge Terror Tram, so that's kind of fun to do if you want to wait in line for that. Um, but yeah, I would say tackle the lower lot stuff you can do in early entry because it is indoors for the most part, um, and then head up to one of those other two first next. But just know if you are doing general admission, you're not doing express. You're gonna probably have to dedicate at least an hour for both Pandora and Haunting of Hill House. It's just the way that it is.
Yeah.
Um, and it is a lot of walking to where those are located. So keep that in mind. But I would say save Bride of Frankenstein um, and The Walking Dead to like the very, very last. They didn't really have that long of a wait. Even on the more crowded days, they were the lesser of them. Just because a lot of people kind of knock those out first for early entry and then they just forget about them. Halloween 4 still demands a really long queue, and it has a very long queue. So that's the first maze that everyone encounters right when you first walk in the event. So maybe kind of get that one done quickly too before it gets too long. But that, like Mondo said, is worth it if you want scares for sure.
Yep.
But I would say just if you're a first timer, just if you're unfamiliar with Universal Studios, maybe watch some videos um, on the park. Look at the park map for HHN. See where things are at. Know that things are not close, even though it's not that big of a park. It's still hard to get everywhere. Bring good walking shoes. Do not be wearing sandals at Universal Studios. Like, don't even think about wearing sandals because there's a lot of steep hills. There's dirt. It's just all kinds
It's
of stuff.
it's tough. It's a lot of walking. I keep saying it. That's the one thing you're gonna be doing is you're gonna sweat a lot. That it's not even that it's hot. It's just like you're just walking so much on the uphills, and you know what I mean. We got Carlo with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. What's up, Carlo? 13 more days. We want to get some food at City Walk prior to seeing everyone. Any recommendations for a sit down restaurant? Haven't been to City Walk Universal in 3 years. I recommend.
This is so tough because we always have a really hard time recommending sit down places at City Walk because they're mostly just chains. And with the exception of chain restaurants, the only thing that's there is like Grill Brew, NBC, and then Super Antojitos, which both of which are really underwhelming. So like I don't necessarily want to recommend those. You know what I mean?
Bubba gum shrimp or the Habit. Those are like the. There was Vivo, but they haven't returned. I don't know what's going on with Vivo. I'm gonna have to say, Carlo, go to the food court and get the Habit, or bubblegum shrimp. And I think it's like those are your two options. Farmhouse Subs has opened. I just haven't been there yet. Mystery Bay wasn't about that life when I went with her. She's like, we're gonna eat inside the. I was like, ugh. I wanted to just try it, but a lot of people say Farmhouse Subs is really good. Hopefully, on my next trip, whenever I go to Universal again, I could do Farmhouse Subs. Carlo, I will say, if you have the time before Halloween Horror Nights, In and Out is like a 5-minute drive from Universal. Just letting you know, man. especially if you haven't had In and Out in a long time. We got a super chat from Miss Goody. Hi, Mondo. What department did you work at Disneyland when you were there? And did you work in DCA too? I did not work at DCA. I only worked at Disneyland, and it was as a ride operator. I got to do like fireworks. I don't think that's really considered like a different department, but it was a ride operator. We got Spurs 26666. Went on opening day at HHN, and it wasn't for me. The scares got me. I'm going to try and give it another try. Danny, what would you say to Spurs 2666? Like, he didn't have that much, or just didn't enjoy it the first time around. What would you say?
Like the event, you mean?
Yeah, he said that the scares, like, it wasn't for him. Like, what I would say, go in with a different mindset. And I mentioned this like on previous streams. Your goal is to get scared. That is the whole goal.
You gotta either be like a really big fan of haunt events like we are, or you have to be someone that wants to get scared and you like that. You like the idea of being scared in order to have fun at these events. Otherwise, you might be pretty miserable.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
it's gonna be crowded. It's gonna be hot. You're gonna have a lot of waiting, and unless like getting scared or being a fan of horror events like this, you probably won't enjoy yourself. So make sure that those are two things that you know that you could say are you if you want to do this event, because you might not think it's money well spent otherwise.
Yeah, it's tough. I've been in the route of you don't have fun. I've been there before. Um, Rachel says, "Hi, Five Fires family. Mondo, lately I've noticed a change in your content for Instagram. I miss seeing your stories, not other people's stories. Is it because your focus has been YouTube vlogs?" I'll say about a year and like maybe even 2 years now. I've been in the game for so long. I focused on YouTube, and Instagram took a back seat. And I became all about information on Instagram, and I didn't want to be the focus. I didn't want me to be the focus. I wanted to be the information to be the focus. YouTube is where we're at, and the Five Fire family, like this is where things have gone. Danny knows, because I've talked a lot with Danny about this exact conversation. I'm coming back to Instagram. I'm making the time because I love Cali Bay and the community we got at the Cali Bay Instagram. It's just it's a lot of work. People only see the 15-second stories and stuff on Instagram, but a lot goes behind those stories. You got to go to the parks. You got to do whatever event you're doing, or go to Disneyland, go to Horror Nights. It's just a lot. And then to do YouTube and Instagram, there is no doing them at the same time, because when you record something, you capture a moment one time.
And that's what I was going to say. So like when we're going through, for instance, last night through Villains Grove, unless you're planning on doing the walkthrough a second time, which, it takes up an hour and a half of your day, you're filming everything on either a camera, like an actual camera, or you're filming it on your iPhone, sideways for YouTube. You can either post that video like I did vertically on Instagram, then people have to turn their phone. But you're, like Mondo says, you only capture a moment once. So you may not capture the same moment for Instagram. But if a lot of times when we're doing Instagram content, we're having to do it again and just go through and do it specifically for Instagram or TikTok. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah. So to answer the question, when something is filmed this way, it cannot be posted in this format, which is Instagram. You know what I mean? But I hope that helps, Rachel. Don't worry. I care tremendously about Cali Bay. Cali Bay has my heart. It'll always have my heart. That's where I started everything. Hugo asks, are photo ops available only for RIP tickets? So there actually is a couple photo ops that are RIP related. They are only for RIP. And I was actually shocked when we did them, because I've never heard anybody talk about that. where it's like specific RIP photo ops. They had one of them was actually in the Terror Tram where only RIP people could do it. We got Brian with the super chat. Mondo, I upgraded my express ticket to Frequent Fear on Thursday for $40. I saw you firing it up at the Five Fires Tower, but you were in game mode and didn't want to interrupt the fire. Fire. Dude, Brian, you are a genius. I'm glad you got that Frequent Fear, especially now you could come back for $40 all the way to October. Dude, that was a steal. Great decision on that one. We got a super chat from Jackie. Dropping the fire. Let me hit that horn for Jackie. Watched the whole live stream last night. I had fun. I wasn't even there. Living vicariously through you guys. Will you be covering Haunted Hayride or SeaWorld events? Haunted Hayride, I still don't know. I know the tickets went on sale. I'm on the fence on Haunted Hayride. SeaWorld, I want to do it, but we will see. It's just driving to San Diego. I don't know. A first-time event. I'm very interested in something like that. We will see, Jackie. But stay tuned. That's what I'll say. Because I know all these events are opening up and starting up soon. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Let's fire up them likes. Everybody. Let me see. Just reading real quick. Closing thoughts on Halloween Horror Nights, Danny.
Yeah, I started off, in this particular segment. I think I'm just happy that the event is back, and you can see the work and the dedication that the team put into making an event in the short amount of time they had to plan. They were given the green light probably in like April, May, and the event was just a few short months later. And normally they start prep like literally the month after the event ends.
Yeah.
So it's just, maybe there was some behind the scenes work about like them preparing the event, in hopes that it would happen, but I'm sure it wasn't like the full force of prep that they normally have. I definitely don't want to deter people from going. There's a lot of other reasons you can go to, for instance, our friends Mouse Vibes that went, like they were, Ashley from Mouse Vibes, she was like really nervous. And so like part of going for her was conquering her fears. So if that's your reason for going too, that's a good reason to go, try to conquer your fears and you'll end up having a lot of fun too. So I would just say go in with the right expectations. And if you go in like that, you're sure to have a good time.
Heck yeah. We got the Bammer with the super chat. Hit that horn. Bammer from the Bay. HHM, baby. Looking forward to taking the fam down there in a couple weeks. Keep it up, my guy. Dude, thank you, Bammer. Hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you could go on a Thursday, or if you do go, get the family the front of the line, dude. If you go on a Saturday. Friday, Saturday. I know it sucks to say something like this. I know it's expensive, but from an aspect of like having fun, front of the line is almost needed on a Friday, Saturday, because it gets it's not fun. It's not fun to wait almost 3 hours for a 3-minute walkthrough or a 4-minute walkthrough. I'm just being honest. It's tough. It's tough. Let me see. I'm just going real quick. Give me a second. We got Oreo Dude with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Oreo Dude. Thank you for supporting the fire. I don't see a comment, but put a comment if you can. All right, I'm caught up. My final thoughts, Halloween Horror Nights. I loved everything about it. I want to say a big thank you to all the scare actors, the team members that are working the houses behind the scenes, making things happen. You guys did incredible. The one thing I really want to mention, I felt safe at all times when it came down to Halloween Horror Nights. I never felt unsafe or like I was in a bad position when it comes down to like Rona procedures or whatever the case might be. The one thing I do want to talk about, I feel like Halloween Horror Nights widened walkways this year. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like things were more widened and there wasn't a lot of hanging stuff that you had to like walk through. There was none of that. I don't want to say that stuff's bad, but just for being in this year, I think that was a really good decision not to have that stuff. And it was very appreciated because You know how many people touch those things? You know what I mean? What are you gonna say, Danny?
No, I agree with that. Definitely noticed not having that, and I liked the terror tram too, like how wide the walkways were.
Mm-hmm.
You were really able to space out, and it still made it seem like, um, like a pretty scary event the way they had it set up. So,
Yeah.
like I said, terror tram, got to do it at nighttime.
Yeah. And another thing too for Halloween Horror Nights, they are doing an incredible job of pacing the houses. Even on these busy ass days, I never had a Congo line. I never went through that really. And it really only happened once, but for a little bit. But for all the amount of mazes I've done, they've done an incredible job at the pacing of these houses. 2021 for me, super successful year. I had a lot of fun, a lot of scares, and I enjoyed the Jabberwocky. I don't know about other people, but I enjoyed the Jabberwocky. I actually had a chance to finally watch them. I'm gonna be watching the Jabberwockies almost every time I go back with my frequent fear. I just enjoy it, dude. They're talented people with what they do. But thank you, everybody. That is it for Halloween Horror Night Talk. Oh wait, don't call me Steve, who we actually got to meet, if I can remember. Don't call me Steve. So glad I got to run into you guys during opening night. HHN. Definitely going back with frequent fear. Didn't really use Express night one. I know. I think Thursdays is just a lower capacity day on purpose, obviously, because they're controlling how many tickets they sell. But when it comes down to Friday, Saturday, be prepared, man. Those crowds are going to be nuts. But nice meeting you too, Steve. Hope you had a wonderful time at Horror Nights. One more from Michael Hernandez dropping the fire. Not HHN, but Halloween related. Have you done the Escape Hotel Hollywood before? Researching for some things to do when we visit next month. I never heard of that. Escape rooms that are horror related, for the most part, those things are scary. I'm just going to throw that out there. But Michael, hope you have a wonderful time. I've never heard of it. I never heard of that. I just don't do really escape rooms, to be honest. Maybe if Disnoa Land Vlogs is in the chat, he's done a lot of those. Maybe he could help us out. But thank you, everybody. We are done with Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios Hollywood. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining Five Fires YouTube on our Speculation Sunday live stream. Just to introduce once again, for all the people that have joined, we got Just Ask Danny in the house. Here on Speculation Sunday, we have essentially a Q&A, and then we go into theme parks from Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, and Knott's Berry Farm. And we talk about them individually in their own segments, and then kind of have like a closing thoughts time at the very end of everything. But up next, let's talk about another debut, Danny. Another big debut, Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney California Adventure. But most importantly, we got a lot of stuff still to talk about when it comes down to Disneyland. But we're going to fire it up with Oogie Boogie Bash stuff, Danny. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yep. Oogie Boogie Bash obviously started the same day as Universal's Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday, September 9th. And boy, we went yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It's a hectic event. You don't have much time. It was the same as 2019. You're like rushing around. I think the theme of the night is if you can, the event starts at 7 o'clock. And it ends at 11 o'clock. So if you can, 7 o'clock is kind of late in the day. And most of the time people eat dinner, I want to say between like 4 and 6. If you can, eat a big dinner anytime between 4 and 6 p.m. before you get to the event, because there is literally zero time, in my opinion, to eat during Oogie Boogie Bash. Even though they have some special Halloween food going on, you might have time to stop for a treat somewhere. But honestly, if you're trying to do all the immersive treat trails, meet Mickey and Minnie, watch the Frightfully Fun Parade, wait in line to go into Villain's Grove. They don't even have World of Color this year, which would take another hour out of your time. So even without World of Color, there's still no time to eat, in my opinion.
There's no time for rides.
Oh yeah, and definitely no time for rides either. I actually had to break away from Mondo and Mystery Bay because they wanted to take time to eat for like an hour, and I just did not have that time because I was trying to do everything that they already had the opportunity to do. But I mean, it was a great event. It was a lot of fun. But the theme always is at these Disney After Hours event is there's never enough time.
There's never enough time. I was gonna say that too, Danny. To let people know, for the people that are going to be doing Oogie Boogie Bash in the near future, Oogie Boogie Bash technically starts at 3. They allow early entry, and the event itself doesn't fire up until 6, but you can enter the theme park at 3. If you enter the theme park at 3, that is the perfect time to get your food, get on some rides, and most importantly, buy some merch or whatever you're trying to do, because there's just no time for that. From 6 to 11, the trick or treat trails are so far apart from each other. They're going to take up a lot of your time. A lot of your time. And then to try to throw in a parade, it makes your day so tight when it comes down to time. You're just like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Because I told Mystery Bay, and for the people that watched our live stream, I was like, I really want to watch the second parade. Well, guess what happened? It was not even an option, Danny. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah. So, and I want to take a quick moment to talk about the parade actually, because there's a big significance that a lot of people in this chat maybe not even didn't even pick up on. I know Mondo didn't pick up on it until we actually started to talk about it. But this parade is really significant because this is the first parade at a Disney park in all of the United States since the parks reopened after their shutdown due to the Rona. Disney World still to this day has not had a parade return at any of their theme parks. They've had very fancy cavalcades that are usually single parade floats going down the parade route pretty frequently and regularly, sometimes more spaced out. They don't have an actual parade that you can line up on a parade route with and have a full parade procession continue on down the street. It just hasn't returned yet at Walt Disney World. And we were the first park here at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure to have a parade return. And you could tell amongst the cast members that were working the parades, they were just so proud and happy to be back. A lot of them had been hired back or called back from being gone for so long, and this was their first time back, and they were all happy to be working the parade. And a lot of guests were kind of like cheering on the parade as like, welcome back. It's good to see parades back. So it was a huge deal, the parade, and that's why I wanted to make sure to watch it, because we've had a parade. We've had cavalcades. We've had like the little Frozen float going by in Disneyland. We've had, the Sensational float going by itself, but never an actual parade that with a scheduled time that you could sit on the side and watch the whole parade go by. It just hasn't happened yet. So this was a big deal. Frightfully Fun Parade marks the first parade to return, and then the Christmas Fantasy Parade will be the second parade to return, and hopefully Magic Happens will be our third parade to come back. So
Yeah. What did you think about the immersive trick or treat trails, Danny?
I really like them. I think it's so funny. We talked about this before in many speculation Sundays, but the immersive treat trails actually invented the idea of socially distanced character meet and greets, because they were already doing this in 2019 before any of the Rona procedures were in place. It was already like this. It's really awesome because you can interact with the character, you can get really close to them, and you can take your own personal pictures with them, like from afar, and selfies or videos, whatever you want to do. It's really fun, and it's like a normal meet and greet with a character like this would be hour plus long, but because they move people by in the way of a treat trail, it really lets you see everything. You still have to wait sometimes a little bit for these interactive treat trails, but it was cool to see that they added 3 new ones for this particular event, and they got pretty creative with them, especially with like the Corella one. It was like almost exactly like from the movie, and the Sid that they had a different Sid than this Sid at our event last night, and that Sid last night was like exactly like the Sid from the movie. It was crazy.
Yeah. So they have multiple Sids? I thought it was always the same person.
No, that Sid's different than the other Sid. So I mean, it
Wow.
is. We're not trying to spoil the Disney magic here, but yes, there are.
It's always Sid. It's always
Yeah,
Sid.
always Sid.
That's funny. I did, dude. Well, the Sid we met yesterday was incredible.
Yeah,
Literally incredible.
yesterday's was amazing.
What are
We got
your
a couple super
thoughts on
chats I want to
Villains
go over.
Grove?
We got Carlo and Kiko Adventure says, "Hey Mondo Danny, happy Cheese May Sunday. As always, it was great seeing and chatting with you at Oogie Boogie Bash driving home after a great Disney weekend."
Heck yeah! Thank you, Carla Kiko. Safe travels on the way home.
And then we got Eric S, who sends a super chat for $5. Says, "I agree. This was my first Oogie Boogie Bash and had to leave out a couple things and trails. It was nice to enter around 3. I loved Villains Grove."
Heck yeah. Another big thing a lot of people didn't know, Big Avocado mentioned it, you could also enter Oogie Boogie Bash from the Grand Californian. A lot of people don't know that, but it is possible. Uh,
Yes, and if you are in the parks too, I wanted to mention that little tip and trick. I know Paul's Theme Park Adventures. He's the one that told me about this trip or trick first, and then I've seen a lot of people talk about it um, in the chat here. But if you are in the park prior to Oogie Boogie Bash letting you in for your early entry because you have a magic key or maybe you used a park ticket for that day to go to California Adventure beforehand, you can check in for the event at the Blue Sky Cellar over by the Golden Vine Winery, Wine Country Trattoria area.
yeah.
You can check in at that building, get your wristband, and there was virtually no wait there for almost everyone that chose to do that option. Whereas we had to wait almost 20 minutes just to get our wristband at the front of the park when you first walk in. So both the Big Avocados way and the Blue Sky Cellar way are much faster options than what we did.
Then the front entrance. The front
Yeah.
entrance is the longest wait. One thing too, we got a super chat from Van Roddy. Love you both. Danny, do you have a YouTube channel? Would like to support you as well. Thank you.
Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. It's Just Ask Danny. I'm gonna have my video from Horror Nights going up as well too, and then I'm gonna have a video on Oogie Boogie Bash as well. So those will be coming out this week at some point. But yeah, I don't post as often as frequently as Mondo does, but I try to post when I can. So
Big Avocado also says my husband and I bought Disney shopping bag as we came home with it full of candy and snacks. No lie.
dude, Mondo made out like a bandit yesterday.
Dude, the candy this year is like twice as much as 2019. I think they stepped up that aspect of the game. Uh, the little bag they give you as a complimentary bag, you probably fill that up in one trick or treat trail. I don't even know how you're expected to do multiple trick or treat trails with that little puny bag they give you. I want to give everybody a tip. Uh, get one of those clear plastic Disney bags that they sell that they have inside the store. You know, one of the free one. Like if you were to buy a shirt and they gave you a bag, put your
Yep.
candy in there. Don't forget, it might get too heavy and the bag could rip, kind of thing. So if you have a backpack, having a backpack really helped us because carrying this candy just it kind of became like a issue because honestly, Danny, we got like 5-8 pounds of candy. It was a lot of freaking candy, dude. Oh man. Um, what are some tips to give people when it comes down to Oogie Boogie Bash? Because
You took one of the tips right now. I regret not bringing one of the eco bags. It doesn't have to be a Disney eco bag. Just bring any sort of like reusable eco bag that you have from your grocery store or whatever, and use that. The Disney bag they give you is like this big, and the problem is that like at most of the treat trails they'll give you alternative snacks to candy for those that are trying to eat healthier or maybe that have allergies. So they'll give you like cranberries or like sun chips, and those are like big bags. And
yeah,
so you get like 3 bags of sun chips in your bag, and all of a sudden your whole entire treat bag is full because they're so full of air that
yeah,
there's no room for candy left. So really, it's better to bring a bag with you. That's the number one tip. Bring any sort of bag that you can fill up candy with that's normal to large size, so that you can fill that up. But plus, it also is good to throw other things in there with your candy. My other tip too would be the one we just said to check in early inside the park over at Blue Sky Cellar if you're already in the park. If you're not already in the park, try to arrive around uh, like right at 3 when they're letting you in. So you have less of a wait outside than the rest of the crowds that come like right when the event starts.
Mm-hmm. We got a super chat. Let me bring it up real quick. Uh-oh. There we go. We got a super chat from Verdiana. What's the one thing you change about Oogie Boogie Bash? I already know my answer. I already know my answer. You go, Danny.
I want the event to stay open till midnight.
I have the same answer.
Yeah.
If Oogie Boogie Bash can just be open till 12, it would make the life so much easier of every single person attending this event, because then it will allow you to try some of these themed churros or foods, or even going into Cars Land was kind of an issue because we wanted to do all the immersive trick or treat trails. I didn't meet Dr. Facilier until like 10:30, and that was kind of
Yeah.
pushing it.
Same. I literally did it like right before you walked in.
Yeah, it's actually pretty tough. Pretty tough. To meet all the characters, do the parade. I didn't even get to meet Mickey and Minnie. Mickey and Minnie had amazing outfits, and they were in World of Color area.
Yep. To be fair, just to give you guys a rundown, we went through the event. I got in right almost maybe 30 minutes after we got started going like 30 minutes after the event started. We went right to Cruella. Went from Cruella to Mad Hatter, Mad Hatter to Oogie Boogie, Oogie Boogie to Villain's Grove or Maleficent, which is right next to Villain's Grove. Then we got in line for Villain's Grove. We just basically went one to the other, like treat trail, treat trail, treat trail, and then watched the parade. And then before we knew it, the whole evening was done. So if I had taken time to ride Web Slingers, which had like a 70 or a 45-minute wait when we looked at it, or if I had waited for like Cars or anything else that was open, or spent time to eat, I don't know that I could have seen all the treat trails. And the whole point, in my opinion, of going to Oogie Boogie Bash is to see the treat trails. I'm not paying 100 and whatever dollars to ride web slingers when I can do that during the day, or
Yep.
ride racers when I can do that during the day. I didn't even walk into this. I didn't even have time for that. That's over
I,
in
I was about to say that, Daddy. I don't know how Mystery Bay did everything she did on Thursday's live stream, but she
yeah.
killed it. She did it. I don't know how she had enough time, but dude,
And this is over in the Playhouse Disney or the Disney Junior Dance Party area over in Hollywoodland. Mickey and Minnie, when they're not doing this show, are also greeting guests like Mom said over at Paradise Pier or Pixar Pier, right where you would watch World of Color, and they had a long line. And another thing we didn't get to do, I didn't even attempt to go near the Magic Key exclusive photo opportunity for Hocus Pocus,
it's
which
not
was
worth it.
underneath Silly Symphony Swings. Um, but like it's just a lot, and you only have 4 hours. So to think about it, 4 hours isn't all that much. Are you going to waste one of those 4 hours riding web slingers? Like I don't
No,
know.
the answer is no, dude. This is a good show. This is a good show.
Yeah.
We got Bird Fiend says the Agatha actress was practically spectacular. She was really good. Agatha,
Yes.
I have to admit, like she was spot on in her character. We also got a super chat from Crystal Christmas. I value all your info and thank you for both of your continued insight. For Oogie Boogie Bash, do you still recommend parking at Mickey and Friends? What times are both parades? Thank you so much. Danny, do you know what time the second parade started? Because the first one started at 7:45. I'm
Yes.
not
The
sure
second
about
one.
the
The
second
second
one.
one is 10:05.
Okay, so 10:05. So if you do the second parade, your night's pretty much over.
Yeah, we did the second parade. So Mondo split off because they went to go eat, and then right after they finished eating, they watched the first parade because they were kind of like right there. We decided to go straight to the treat trails in Villains Grove, thinking that Villains Grove might be less of a wait, and it was still really long. We joined the Villains Grove queue over at the plane next to Soren. That's where we joined it. But later on that evening, when the parade was done, the parade that Mondo was watching, The Villains Grove went to the plane and then looped all the way back over to where the Villains Grove was. You enter, so you had to double back all the way. So it was like double the wait that we had. We were quoted 45 minutes for Villains Grove starting at the plane, and we waited maybe 20 minutes. So it's definitely looks a lot longer than it actually is, and they really can just flow people through there because they're not distributing candy. You're not meeting with any characters. It's really just a walkthrough. And you can really spend as much time as you want standing there and moving forward if you want to, because people can walk around you. So you don't need to feel rushed for any reason. You can stay as long as you want. Um, they just don't want you repeating through multiple times to just continue on through. But if you want to stay around for a little bit, take some photos and pictures in a specific scene, you could do that. But yeah, the first parade, I felt like it was it was hard to get seating from what I could tell, and then the second parade it was a little bit easier to like walk up and get a spot last minute if you wanted to.
Yup. Real quick, Alyssa says, I'm really curious what they're doing in front of Stage 17 and Philharmagic Theater. I saw construction being done with the concrete, but not sure. Thought it would be Thanos Street Trail. There is for sure construction happening on the ground area in front of Stage 17. I don't have no cheeseman of what the heck is going on there. The only thing, Cheeseman, that we ever heard was Stage 17 could possibly be a trick or treat trail in itself, but who knows what's to come from that. It's crazy that there's even construction going on in general. Disney's been dropping construction on us, Danny, like random, bro.
Dude, and they're these small little projects that they haven't really been highlighting, but they're just like bam, like dropping them.
Yeah,
And
Pelican's Landing, boom.
yeah, Pelicans landing out of nowhere. The Toontown like entrance area out of nowhere.
Uh,
So
Spring Street Artists. Happy Sunday, Fine Fires. I missed any talk on the Merriest Nights. Need to get tickets for Mystery Bay's birthday. We haven't
we haven't discussed
talked
it. Yeah.
about it, but we will. We'll get there. We'll get there for sure. Spring Street Artists. Um, what are your favorite things about Oogie Boogie Bash, Danny?
Villains Grove is amazing. The production value there is just top notch. It's such a cool concept and a cool idea. I love everything about that. I could do Villains Grove like over and over again, and it's just so much fun. Um, and then just the immersive treat trails. I think um, it's funny because I think Florida still does the old treat trails, and I honestly think like now that Disney has done the treat trails this way, I don't ever see them going back to the old treat trails. Even
No,
if the Halloween party were to return to Disneyland and become Mickey's Halloween Party again, they would probably do immersive treat trails there as well.
I
It
think I think this is it for a long time. This format, how they're doing it, it's sticking for a while, Danny.
it really adds a lot of value. It adds a ton of value because you're never going to see some of these characters ever unless you go to this event. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to see Agatha, you're not going to see Sid from Toy Story,
Hey,
or
Sid needs to stay. Sid can carry Pixar Pier all by himself. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Christy Marie with the question: if you get in line for Villains Grove right before they close, will they still let you in? I saw the line as late as 10:40. I don't know if the line gets cut off in those last 20 minutes. Obviously, they cut it off at 11 maybe. But as of 10:40, they were still letting people get in line. If you are in line for Villains Grove, and they let you know when they cut it off. You're going to
Mhm.
be able to go in no matter what
So
if you're in line.
the only negative thing I will say is that yes, they do include PhotoPass with your admission, but I maybe saw two PhotoPass photographers.
Dude,
Uh, I
let's talk
saw
about
I
that.
saw
They were
one
nowhere to be found, Danny.
I saw one PhotoPass photographer at the Headless Horseman, and then I saw another one over where Mickey and Minnie were on Pixar Pier, greeting with guests. But I didn't see photographers anywhere else. I'm sure there was probably one at the the Magic Key photo opportunity, but I didn't head over that direction.
You know where
Um,
I didn't see Photo Pass? At the Carthay Hub, the water fountain, where they
yeah,
probably need Photo Pass the most.
yeah, those were all the characters were. I want to say they probably had them too at the long lost characters section right next to Villains Grove, but I didn't have a chance to stop there, so I couldn't check it out. But honestly, if you were spending time waiting in line for PhotoPass, you're giving up other things. So it's all
Uh,
give and take. So
yeah, I think yes, Photo Pass is included with your Oogie Boogie Bash, but after doing it, I think you should just rely on taking a phone with your or a picture with your phone. That's just my opinion. We got Harry Loco 626 the super chat. What's up, Harry? Do you guys know if they give any sugar-free candy? I'm gonna have to say no. I don't recall not one sugar-free. That's a good question. I did not see one. Um, they did chips, carrots, grapes, apples, but no sugar-free candy. Uh, let me see. Thank you, Harry, for the super chat. Just reading real quick. Um, what was your favorite trick or treat trail, by the way, Danny?
Cruella for sure.
Damn, mine is Sid. I cannot get over how much I love that interaction with Sid.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would say Agatha was like a close second because she was just so good as far as like her acting, but like I felt like Cruella, she just like embodied the real Cruella. Like it was like the real thing.
I wanna. I have Sid up on camera. I want to play it real quick, Danny.
I feel like they did. Um, I feel like they did. What do you call it? Maleficent a little dirty. I feel like she's got doesn't have a lot of she doesn't have a lot of stuff back there. You know what I mean? Like
I
they
hold on. Let me play this one real quick. This is Sid from the Trick or Treat Trail at Pixar Pier by the Pixar Promenade.
Some candy. Woo! Thank you. Are you scared, Sid? You look like you're scared. You like that guy? Thank you.
Must be everyone else. I see you all standing there. No cheers, nothing. Maybe you shouldn't cheer. You sound funny. What are you dressed as? You with the flames?
Hades. Hades.
What?
Hades.
What?
Oh my gosh, dude. Sid, that is Sid, bro. That is Sid right there. Oh my gosh. I that's my favorite one, Danny. That's my favorite one. We got Jackie with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. What's up, Jackie? Oogie Boogie Bash was so fun. Agreed. We need at least one more hour. We were able to do everything, but we hustled. Felt so good to be there again. So sad we missed Mystery Bay on opening night. Ah, heck yeah, Jackie. Hope you got a lot of candy. It's dude, one more hour would make that event just perfection. It really is. It
yeah.
really is. Oogie Boogie Bash, I feel like Thursday and Saturday are different monsters. And the reason I want to bring that up is a lot of people said rides were like pretty much walk-ons on Thursday. On Saturday, Mission Breakout was 50 minutes. What was it? The other one, Cars was like 40 or 50. And Toy Story Mania was 40. Remember that? Dude, I couldn't believe people were waiting those type of waits
I know. I couldn't
during a
believe either.
ticketed event.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't Oogie Boogie Bash is not an after hours event. You know what I mean? So like Marius Nights coming up, that's an after hours event. So the purpose of Marius Nights is to ride the rides because there's going to be less people, so the waits will be shorter. But the purpose of Oogie Boogie Bash is all the stuff that they're offering in addition to that. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know who would go to pay $180 for Oogie Boogie Bash, $170, whatever, and then wait in line for 50 minutes for Mission Breakout, and then wait in line for 40 minutes for Web Slingers. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You've just spent almost 2 hours of the 4-hour event riding rides that you can do during the day for a cheaper price.
Yeah.
So
We got Casey's sister with the super chat. Any info on vegan treats at the treat trails? I'm gonna have to say no. I don't know that information, Casey's sister.
they were offering fruit. Like Mondo said, grapes, apples. They had some
and carrots. That was kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, most candies are vegan, but maybe they're not necessarily made in an ethically responsible way.
I know, like to call them vegan, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, Jackie says her favorite trick or treat trail was Corella as well. Corella's trick or treat trail was beautiful. Big Avocado says no sugar free. I'm diabetic, so it was just as Mondo said. Pretzels, apples, dried cranberries. Oh, I forgot about that one. Grapes and pirate booty. Forgot about the pirate booty. There's a lot of pirate booty and a lot of chips and pirate booty were given out.
We got a super chat from Crystal Christmas who sends $10 and says, I value all your info. Thank you both for your continued insight. For Oogie Boogie Bash, do you still recommend parking at Mickey and Friends? What time are both parades? Thank you so much. I parked at Toy Story parking lot for Oogie Boogie Bash, and so did Mondo. If you're okay with walking, I feel like Toy Story's better. You can get a bus ride in, no problem, but walking is probably what you're going to have to do on the way back. The problem with Mickey and Friends is that it's a Russian roulette. You never know what you're going to get when you turn that corner, and you have no preview of it. And once you've turned that corner, you're too late. You're stuck. You're committed. You can't turn around. You're done. So they could be having high call outs that day at Disneyland, and they've only got 2 booths open, and you've got 7 lanes cramming into 2 booths of lanes for the structure, and it takes you 45 minutes just to get into the structure. That's a reality that happens very frequently at Mickey and Friends. So it's a dangerous kind of game to play with Mickey and Friends. You never know what you're going to run into, and you can't preview it because it's hidden on the first floor of the structure. So like I said, as soon as you pull in, that's only when you see it, and sometimes it's too late. With Toy Story, there's a lot of lanes to get in. It's usually pretty empty. You're not waiting for too long. So it's usually a kind of quick to Disneyland kind of thing. The bad wait is the end of the night when you're trying to get a bus to take you back.
Yeah.
But at least there is an option for you to have a bus to take you back.
Also, too, I want to say welcome to the Fine Fire community. What's up, Ted? Darth Vader May 4. Appreciate you joining the Fine Fire community, Ted. Okay, enough Oogie Boogie Bash talk. We got to get into some juicy talk right now, Danny. And real speculation is about to go down. What the heck is happening in Toontown, Danny? Let's talk some Toontown. I feel like it hasn't been mentioned in a while, but we're bringing it back. What's up with Toontown, Danny? Give us some talk.
Yeah, so there's some cheese, man, that we can't discuss there, but there is some things that we can discuss. So with Toontown, we've seen a lot of stuff just pop up, out of randomness, like Mondo was talking about. Of course, that whole entrance thing going on, rumors of a new gate coming to the Toontown entrance. But there's a couple things too, like normally we see Halloween or we see holiday decorations, over at Mickey's Toontown, if you read anything about the Merriest Nights after party, Toontown is excluded from that event, which makes sense and doesn't make sense. I know it's a smaller after hours event, and Toontown really doesn't have any attractions right now except for Gadget's Go Coaster and Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. So maybe there's not a lot of draw to have cast members staffing that area, so they close it off. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in Toontown. If you think about it, most of Toontown hasn't really been redone. since, God, for a really, really long time.
I feel like they've been wanting to do like a huge refurb of Toontown. It just hasn't come.
Yeah, like
Maybe
Gadgetsville.
that's on the way. Like
Yeah,
it's legitimately on the way.
and that's what we were talking about. Like, we feel like maybe there's another reason as to why it's not open during Marius Nights. Like, maybe we see a point coming up here where Toontown just doesn't even open, and it closes. There is a lot of preparation work underway. We've all seen that huge building in Mickey's Toontown. They're going to eventually have to cover that with giant walls that look like the hills, cartoon hills of Hollywood, or Toontown. And so when they crane those in, I don't know if that's necessarily a safe operation to do with guests in the area. So maybe we see Toontown close all in of itself. Roger Rabbit is really, really close to the exit or entrance of this attraction. We don't know what that's going to be. But the walls go right up to the exit of Roger Rabbit. As soon as you get off Roger Rabbit, the walls are like right there. So maybe there's a period of time where like Roger Rabbit has to close, to prepare for this. But I'm sure all the buildings need to get some sort of facade makeover or redo so that they can match the look of the El Capitan and the new hills that are going to be coming in. Think about like Chippendale's house. They've lost almost everything there. There isn't even anything at Chippendale's house anymore. Goofy's bounce house it's not even what it was anymore either, just based on safety protocols, both there and at Chippendale. So both Goofy's house and Chippendale's house are like a shell of what it used to be. Donald's boat has changed a lot too. And both Mickey and Minnie's houses are looking pretty dated on the inside compared to other things in the park. And if you think about it, are they really going to open their star highlighted attraction inside Mickey's Toontown with all of these kind of dilapidated things from the 90s all around it, surrounding their star attraction? Like, is Roger Rabbit a successful enough or non-problematic enough attraction to be next to a star highlighted attraction that will ultimately bring more traffic to Roger Rabbit? Or is Mickey and Minnie's house like on par of like the kind of house they want for Mickey and Minnie next to this really great attraction? So I feel like we're going to see a lot of change come to Toontown and no one's really talking about it.
Yeah, hey, we're talking about it here on Five Fires YouTube though. Speculation Sunday. I want to bring this up real quick. Oh, where did it go? Serena Bear, can you give us a breakdown of the best way to use your time in Oogie Boogie Bash? Serena, it's really hard to say where to start. The best thing I could tell you is knock out the immersive trick-or-treat trails because that's really what you're truly paying for when you do Oogie Boogie Bash. There's really no right and wrong of where to start. Dr. Facilier, Oogie Boogie, Mad Hatter. There's just so many of them. I think the best route is hit up all the trick-or-treat trails, do the second parade, and maybe end it with Villains Grove. It's just hard. There's no right or wrong answer to how to do Oogie Boogie Bash this year. Verdiana with the super chat, taking the hubby to Oogie Boogie Bash. Which ride should we definitely do? Cars, Soarin', Web Slingers. He isn't a key holder and won't be back as frequently as me. Soarin'. I'm going to have to say Soarin'.
Yeah, do Soarin' and Cars maybe if you can get on Cars really quick to where you see like maybe Cars is like 30, 35 minutes. Like do Cars. I would try
enjoy the trick-or-treat trails though. You got to do the trick-or-treat trails.
And definitely do the parade too. You got to do the parade. Like that's a must.
You know what, Verdiana? If you show up at 3, you could probably do all of the you could do Web Slingers during Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah, Verdiana, if you go at 3, you've got 3 hours to ride as many rides as you can. And then maybe during Oogie Boogie Bash, the only thing that you ride with him is Web Slingers. Because that's the one that wouldn't require a boarding group. So
boom, there it is. Matt Milk, the legend, saying 5 fires. Thank you, Matt. Hope you're having an awesome weekend, brother. Let me see. Oh, this is a good one too, Danny. It's a little off topic, but Brandon says, did you guys hear the putback of the plaque of Mickey's Sorcerer's Hat in Fantasyland Theater? We did. Fantasyland Theater got the Sorcerer Mickey hat in the top middle of the stage not replaced, but brought back. As Daddy mentioned, I had this conversation with him as well. They just didn't have that part of the decoration or decor for that area because Jungle Cruise, uh, red carpet event took over, and they, for some reason, they just didn't want that. I won't go deeper than that, but that's really what it is.
Yeah, they had to take that down to fit the movie screen that they put in there. And so once that all was taken down, they put it back. It doesn't necessarily mean that making the magical map comes back, but that was, something that's there. So they just put it back essentially to where it used to be.
Yeah,
It does have the theming of making the magical map on it, but it doesn't mean that they can't change the vinyl on it to be something else.
yeah.
So I wouldn't put all of our eggs in the basket again for making the magical map just yet, but it would make the most sense for them to bring it back.
Danny, let's ask the true questions right now, man. It's almost a really hard question. Um, does Gadget's Go Coaster and Roger Rabbit really stay for the future of Toontown? Because these rides are nothing like the equivalency of what Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is going to be. The amount of demand that is about to come with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, the queue for Gadget's Go Coaster is not ready. And I would almost have to say the queue for Roger Rabbit is not ready as well.
Yeah.
Could they maybe, is there some big construction coming that we just don't know about? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, well, another thing that we're seeing too that not a lot of people are talking about. We covered it a little bit in one of your videos not that long ago, but we're also seeing more and more fast pass machines being taken out. We haven't seen those being taken out yet over by Roger Rabbit, so I'm thinking that maybe they're waiting for something over by Roger Rabbit to kind of just close that all off in the front, take out the fast pass machines, and change the facade and whatnot. But I don't know, Roger Rabbit and Gadget's Go Coaster, are they really relevant to a current generation? That's what we have to look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could say the same thing for like Mr. Toad, but that still sticks around. So I don't know. Like, I love Roger Rabbit. I rode Roger Rabbit not that long ago because I just had this feeling like I didn't know how much longer we could have this ride, and Disney just does stuff at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, it could be like look at the construction that started. They did it in the daylight. Who's to say Roger Rabbit or Gadget's Go Coaster is just like goodbye? Goofy's house or Donald's boat, goodbye. The Chippendale Treehouse, goodbye. Mickey Mouse's house, from what we have heard, and it's all rumor and speculation. Welcome to Speculation Sunday. We heard Mickey's house has just been gutted out. Who knows what's to come? As Jay has said in the past, maybe Mickey Mouse's house is really the exit of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's been a rumor we've heard a while. Because to this day, we don't even know where the exit's going to be of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Obviously, it's going to be a big exit because the amount of people that are going to be coming out of that. But as you all know, the whole concept of waiting 2 hours to meet Mickey in Mickey Mouse's house, that idea is gone.
Yeah,
And I don't think
really
that's ever coming back.
Yeah, I just, and even right now, like Mickey and Minnie just meet in front of their house. They're kind of sitting on the porch. So guests aren't even entering Mickey and Minnie's houses right now at all, even as an attraction. It would be still kind of fun for them to offer that as a walkthrough right now, and then have Mickey and Minnie kind of do their socially distanced meet and greet somewhere else. But that's how they're choosing to do it. So maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe they are working on the interior of these homes, and we just don't know it yet, like we were saying. So I just feel like a lot of stuff's going to happen in Toontown, and people are kind of forgetting about it because it's in the back. So I would say if anything in Toontown is like nostalgic for you, look how horrified everyone was when they started ripping out Toontown pieces the other day, and they didn't even tell anyone. Like midday, they're just ripping up buildings. Like if Toontown means anything to you, you guys should just go to Toontown and like see it as it is right now, because we all don't know what what it's going to look like. You know, they're going to obviously invest some money into this area.
Oh,
I'm going to go out on a limb here this year and say that they're not even going to decorate it for the holidays. Usually Toontown gets some pretty cool decorations for the holidays, but I'm going to say they don't even do that this year.
let's throw it out there, Danny. Does Toontown? Okay, let's take a step back. We know a whole lot of construction's coming to Toontown when it comes down to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway finally coming to life, and a whole lot of construction is going to be happening with all the green walls, whatever the green mountains are called. That's going to happen. Does Toontown just close and Disney's like, hey, we don't want people to see what the heck's about to happen? I could see Toontown close for a long time. And what I mean by a long time, maybe like a month, something like that. Because that facade work that they're going to be doing for El Capitan, which is going to be the entrance of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, that's a lot of construction. And I don't think construction walls are going to be able to hide all that's about to happen. And we're getting close. As fast as they erected that building, that's like a Costco and a Walmart behind Toontown, they're ready to build that front facade for Mickey's El Capitan. So can Toontown close for a while? Yes. And we got Magic Keys now. So Disney's like, hey, you could just come back in a month, right? That's I don't think they would close Toontown when you're buying only tickets. But now that Magic Keys are back, I can see them do it.
I could see a retheming of Gadget's Go Coaster because I don't know that any kids nowadays resonate with Gadget or even know who she is. So
I don't even know what Gadget is, and I feel like I'm their demographic that would know.
Yeah, you're supposed to know. That's from your generation. But
Mia says character dining in Toontown. That would be genius.
Game changer, game over.
Toontown, if they had in-park character dining like Plaza Inn, it would never, that reservation would be sold out continuously. I really feel like Toontown means a lot to Disneyland, and for the condition that Toontown's been in for a long time, it has not been top-notch quality. It's been, quite frankly, bad. Paint, lots of stuff falling apart. It's just old. Toontown's old. But I think, as Danny has mentioned, a beautification of Toontown's coming in a big way. Because they're not going to open up Mickey and Minnie's with a busted Toontown, dude. I just don't see it happening.
It would look weird because everything wouldn't match it.
Yeah.
So plus we have all that Jolly Trolley tracks in the ground, and they serve no purpose now because we don't have a working trolley, and they're just a trip hazard for people to fall into. You know what I mean? So it's just like
one of the things too we mentioned. I'm sorry if this pisses people off talking about Toontown, but this is Speculation Sunday, and this is the time to talk about this. Where does the queue go for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? Is it Roger Rabbit? Does it go the other way and we lose all the restaurants? Like Daisy's Diner and the ice cream. Where's this queue gonna go? These are questions to ask, and we're gonna find out soon, in my opinion. But that's it for Toontown. Another thing to talk about: Disneyland Halloween. I feel like has been a great success. I think the concept of the Friday, Saturday, Sunday fireworks, I think has really worked out well for Disneyland. And it seems like the crowds are just lower Monday to Thursday, Danny. And I kind of feel like, obviously people work, but I also feel like it has to do with the fireworks.
Yeah, I feel like the fireworks have been a huge success for them. They're keeping crowds late, which is what they wanted. Keeping them through that dinner time, so they purchase dinner at Disneyland, spend more money. So it's definitely working out for them in that way. But is it enough to keep them there like how they want? Do we need to have something like Fantasmic or a parade to kind of draw more?
Yeah.
So who knows? But for right now, I think Halloween's been a huge success in bringing more people in. It's been a huge success entertainment wise. It's great to have like a nice, themed fireworks show back again. So
That big black eye channel is talking our language. Slinky Dog style roller coaster to replace Donald, Goofy, Gadget, Chip and Dale's. Slinky Dog in general needs to just arrive at Disneyland. It needs to come somewhere. Does it take over Intervention or what was it? Is it called Interventions? What is it called, Danny? Over there in Tomorrow.
Star Wars Launch Bay.
Launch Bay needs to go. We're done with Launch Bay. In Tomorrowland, Launch Bay is just like, it's just not needed anymore. And if Slinky Dog Dash arrived in Tomorrowland, it would be perfect. You already got Buzz Lightyear. You have freaking Pizza Planet. And then Slinky Dog Dash? Damn, man. I don't think it'll make sense. Slinky Dog Dash does not make sense in Toontown. But I guess you could retheme it as something else. But Big Avocado. They also need to step up the park food. What we experienced over the weekend was infuriating. It was pricey, cold, just horrible. They need to hire top chefs to entice foodies. I want to keep that statement going with, I have really stopped eating at Disneyland.
Yeah, I don't either anymore. And it's funny because in 2019, I feel like Disneyland was at its peak. I mean, they had amazing food. They were coming out with some. They had chefs from the Disney parks like on their own Instagram, like leaking out stuff and highlighting things that people would find out. And I just feel like we're not getting that same quality. We're not getting all the foods back. And I can't even tell you the last time I ate dinner at Disneyland. I always, just wait to eat when I'm done because it's just not. There's nothing that makes me want to spend the money to eat there.
And something me and Danny do, we just go to Downtown Disney. Downtown Disney has good food. You could get refills. And it's like, it's not a sit down, but you could sit down in your whatever quick service you do out there as well. It's just been tough to eat at Disneyland. And I've been saying that for a long time. Disneyland didn't bring it with the Halloween treats. When it comes down to DCA, they brought it big time. Maybe that's Oogie Boogie Bash inspired, and there's a little bit or a lot more treats on that end. But like, I couldn't tell you what's the standout Halloween inspired treat at Disneyland. I don't know. I'm gonna have to say the gray stuff, I guess. Danny, they changed remember it was called the grave stuff?
Yeah.
They changed it already to Halloween gray stuff. They changed the verbiage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jose says Phantasmic won't be coming back until next summer. Techs are saying Dragon is nowhere near ready. Tons of other techs need to be replaced, etc. Lots of work needs to be done before making a return. Thank you, Jose. That is a question I wanted the answer to. I'm glad we could hear a little bit of insight on that. We got a super chat. Regular Josh 1. I would love to see a fresh coat of paint in Toontown. Fresh up the place. I love it. But it's never really changed since I was 5. Yep. I do miss when they did Mickey and Donald Mayor show there.
That's the thing is that Mickey's Toontown used to be like a living Toontown. It was like, where the Toons lived. You could go see the characters at their houses. And it was like a cool place. And now it's like a shell of what it used to be. And it's just like kind of like a museum almost. You're like walking through a house of like that Mickey maybe lived in at one point. And, there's no liveliness there on anything. And you got a mishmash of themes and it's just weird. It doesn't really kind of go anymore.
One thing that I feel like needs to come back in 2019, they were actually playing what's the song from Mickey's Mixed Magic? What's that song called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The Get Your Ears On song?
The Get Your Ears On song from Mickey's Mixed Magic.
Like an opening ceremony for Toontown, right?
They had they would play it throughout the day, and they would have all the characters come out and kind of dance and meet and greet. That'd be really nice. I want to talk about, but thank you, Josh, for keeping the conversation going because this is actually really good stuff right here. in Universal Studios Hollywood, you could hug a character now. You could take a picture with the character that's right next to you. Disneyland, they're still going the route of like this like distance stuff. Does Disneyland ever just go back to it? I almost kind of want to say Disneyland's more comfortable doing things the way that they're doing them now. And I know that a lot of parents are upset about that because a lot of people, it means a lot for their kid to be able to hug Mickey, take that photo with Mickey. And it just doesn't seem like it's going to come back anytime soon, Danny.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's hard to, you have to think about if every character is hugging like thousands of people, that costume is going to have to be disinfected like crazy for every, for the unions that represent the characters to feel that that their employees are safe with each particular day. So a distance meet and greet really allows them to kind of control that, and the only cleaning that needs to be done is just between people that are wearing the costume. So
Yep. We got a super chat from Wendy. Today was our first day using the magic heat. Everything was good, except after being in line at Rise for 5 minutes, the ride broke down. You know what I keep hearing? Disney's actually having a lot of rides that go down during the day. Haunted Mansion's going down. I think the other one was Space Mountain was going down. Rise obviously goes down every now and then. It's just it's such a crazy ride. There was one more, I can't remember it. Oh my gosh, Thunder Mountain actually was going down a little bit, a couple times during.
it's already down. It's already closed.
Well,
now.
it's closed for refurbishment now.
Yeah.
One thing about Disneyland, we mentioned like either last week or the week before, we said there was a possible paid Christmas event coming. Well, it finally came. And I'm going to bring up the website. But before I do, I just want to give everybody a quick overview. This Instagram is from Eatsy Magic. And she also did a video on her YouTube channel. So if you guys want to check it out, you guys could definitely check it out. But this is the photo op for Hocus Pocus that was only for Magic Key holders. Yep. Look at her outfit, dude. That's a really good outfit.
We love Eatsy Magic. She's always like, she does everything at like 110%, which is amazing.
And she did a quick overview on her Instagram here. So this is the Corella meet and greet. These are some of the rare characters that were only out for Oogie Boogie Bash. And then here's Mad Hatter, Oogie Boogie, more of the characters that were out. This one's an immersive trick-or-treat trail right here on the top left. Dr. Facilier in the Halloween parade, Agatha. And then this is what I wanted to bring up, Danny. I forgot to mention this. This is like it's like a magic moment, right? Or what do they call these?
Those are magic shots.
Magic shots, yeah.
Yeah, that's one right there in front of the Headless Horseman on Buena Vista Street.
And this the only way you get this if you do it through PhotoPass. That's the only way. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick. And a big thank you to Eatsy Magic.
Eatsy Magic's post also reminded me too about something that we didn't mention for Oogie Boogie Bash. I want to cover it just real quick.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, guys, there's a lot of characters that are in the parade that also have immersive treat trails. So Dr. Facilier, Corella, and then Mickey and Minnie at the in their spot over in Pixar Pier. Obviously, they can only be in one place at one time. So when these parades are going off, the treat trails don't have those characters or shut down with those characters when the parade's going to maintain the character integrity. So like they can't have the new Corella out with the Corella in the parade, who's more like the animated version, because that doesn't make sense. And they're almost passing right by each other. Same with the Dr. Facilier too, because this treat trail's on the parade route. So you have to prioritize those two around non-parade times if you're trying to do those treat trails, because they could be affected by the parade. So I forgot to mention that.
That's a good point to bring up because we dealt with that yesterday at Oogie Boogie Bash. We got Andy Lopez with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. Andy says, I am going on Rise of the Resistance for my very first time tomorrow. Hope you get that boarding group. Please give me some advice for the best boarding group. Also, how intense is it? Andy, I hope you have starting Disneyland as your ticket for reservation. You only have two options, 7 a.m., which you could get from anywhere. You don't have to be inside the theme park. And then the 12 o'clock boarding group, which you have to be in the theme park scanned in, like through the turn aisle, like your ticket. You have to scan it in. The boarding groups, it's whatever you get. There's no way to be like, I want a morning group or an afternoon group. Like, you can't decide. Rise of the Resistance, in my opinion, is not that intense at all. There is a drop. I won't spoil anything, but you'll love it. Rise of the Resistance is a very fun and great ride to get on. And good luck, man. Hope you have a wonderful trip at Disneyland. All right. Let's talk about Christmas. I can't believe we're talking about Christmas, but let's talk about it because I have yet to do any type of content on this. I'm going to do a video specifically on this subject that'll go deeper into it all, but we want to talk about it now. Let's just talk about the basics, Danny. We won't go too deep into it. Disney's Merriest Nights. Join the fun at 6 holiday parties at Mickey Mouse and Friends host all new holiday after hours event at Disneyland Park on select nights November and December this year. Tickets go on sale September 14th. You heard that right, Five Fires community. In 2 days. You don't even get time to think about Halloween. You got to buy your tickets now. What the heck? It starts at $165. Jeez Louise. So some of the details real quick that this event entails. Holiday experience, which is those 6 parties. And you will be able to meet Santa Claus himself. Early admission, so you could get in at 5. Merry Entertainment, that's some special performance of Merry Entertainment just means the Christmas Fantasy Parade. After hours access to attractions. But most importantly, this is kind of a reason we were talking about Toontown earlier. Access to Toontown, Critter Country, Galaxy's Edge will not be available. That is right, will not be available during this Merriest, whatever it's called. I already forgot. Character appearances. Maybe there's some special characters that are dressed in Christmas attire or just in general will come out. Festive photo ops. So there's going to be a lot of like Instagrammable type of things. Obviously, there's going to be special merch that'll be probably specific to this event. And then specialty holiday treats. I don't think there'll be treats that are specific to the Christmas party. I think they just mean the treats that are already out and about during the day. All right, Danny. We went over just the fundamentals of what this is about, which is called Disney's Merriest Nights. Give us a little breakdown and insight of what you think, because I feel for the most part, this kind of got a lot of negativity, dude.
Yeah, it did get a lot of negativity, but it's not doing what people expected it to do. It's not gatekeeping the entertainment behind a paywall, at least just yet. This is all. Remember, there's a key phrase right there on the screen. This is an all-new holiday after-hours event. So this is essentially marking the return of an after-hours party at Disneyland. We had these before. We had 80s night. We had 90s night. We had Avengers night at DCA. We had Star Wars night at Disneyland. Like, these are after hours events, and the purpose of the after hours event are like a highly themed event for a specific kind of theme, and then exclusive access to the attractions and the theme park at a much, much, much lower attendance than you would normally find through the day. So you can get on attractions very expedited, and ride things with like maybe 5-10 minute waits. So that's the purpose of an after hours event at Disney parks, whether that's here in Disneyland Resort over in Walt Disney World. Their after hours events are very similar. Like their Villains one that they had. They have the Boo Bash going on, which I feel like the Halloween parties here and over there are different because it's like all about the entertainment. And here, this is an after hours event. So as you notice, there's no fireworks in it because this isn't a Christmas party per se. Um, it's an after hours event. So if you notice, it's not called a Christmas party. It's not called a holiday party. They're saying join the fun at 6 holiday parties because there's 6 holiday parties going on in the event, like in 6 areas of the park. But it's an after hours event. So everyone needs to look at this that way. A lot of people aren't looking at this the right way. This is an after hours event. After hours events were always expensive. It's because you're paying top dollar for access to almost all the rides at Disneyland with no waits. So that's why you're paying a lot of money for this event. You're not paying for it for the entertainment like you are at Oogie Boogie Bash. You're paying for the candy, the entertainment, the parade, all things that normal guests who visit the park don't get. You're not getting anything during this event other than some select entertainment and like maybe some character interactions that you wouldn't get in the normal park, but that's like part of an after hours event. So people need to look at this as an after hours event, and then it might make more sense to them as why there's only 5 nights and why it's so expensive. So that's how people need to see it.
I think this is really marketed to people who are traveling, if you ask me.
It is. It is definitely marketed to people that are traveling, and it's just like the Walt Disney World ones. The after hours events are 100% at Walt Disney World marketed towards the guests that are traveling because they're only there for a short amount of time. They can pay to extend their day during an after hours event and get exclusive access to attractions with like no waits, and it's like all that they want to do. I feel like Oogie Boogie Bash is kind of like equally targeted to like locals and travelers, whereas like the Christmas Merriest Nights after hours party is more towards the travelers and maybe people that don't visit Disneyland as often. I don't know that like a magic key holder might see all that much value in the Merriest Night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to comment on the Merriest Night. I think it's going to be a good event. I really do. Obviously, the price point is high, but are we surprised? Anything Disney? They're selling $10 water bottles in Tomorrowland. So I think the concept of Disney being affordable, I almost feel like this new era of Disney is just becoming like the tipping point. And the after events or the after hour events were kind of always in the $125 range. I do find it pretty crazy that this one's $165 starting. Whew, that's kind of crazy.
But yeah, there's no exclusive entertainment. So like, if you want to watch the Christmas Fantasy Parade on a day that one of these after hours events is happening, you can watch it. There'll be 2 showings that day. There'll be one for regular guests during regular park hours, and then when the park closes for Merriest Nights, it'll have another parade just for those guests. So you're not getting anything exclusive entertainment-wise other than the stuff that's going on in these 6 holiday parties throughout the park. Those 6 parties, by the way, which we haven't talked about yet, are a Buzz Lightyear themed party, like Toy Story probably, over in Tomorrowland. You got Lilo and Stitch in Adventureland. You have Coco in Frontierland with Miguel. You have Princess and the Frog New Orleans Holiday and New Orleans Square. You have Anna and Elsa in Fantasyland. And then Mickey and Minnie and the Muppets on Main Street in like a Victorian style party. So
I think this is a fire lineup. These 6 parties, that is a loaded lineup right there.
Yeah, so think like Muppets Christmas Carol, like that style of dress, the style of dress in a Charles Dickens Christmas Carol. That's what you would see Mickey and Minnie and all them wearing in that particular kind of theme for the Main Street party because it's a Victorian era style party.
We got a super chat from regular Josh 1. There we go. Hey, As long as the regular holiday amenities are still available during normal ticketed days, I'm good. I was relieved this was only 5 nights. And that's a good point, Josh. Disney could have put everything on a paywall, dude, and made it like, you want a fantasy parade, you got to come these 5 days. You want the fireworks, you got to come these 5. It could have happened.
And to think too, some of these, Christmas is a strong one. Like Mondo's been saying, it's probably going to sell out. But some of these after hours events didn't. Like they didn't sell out Avengers Night. They didn't sell out like Sweethearts Night.
Yeah, Sweetheart Night, Avengers Night, 1 fire. Pixar Night, -2 fires. Star Wars Night, -2 fires.
Yeah.
These after hour events, they honestly 80s and 90s nights saved those events because for the most part, after hour events, Danny, give us a quick breakdown because I feel like not everybody's comfortable with what's an after hour event compared to an Oogie Boogie, which is a party essentially. Can you give people the breakdown of that? Because I feel like that'll help out a lot of people understand more of what's going on.
Yeah, just think of it like some quick photo opportunities, some maybe exclusive character interactions that you don't get to see normally in specific areas, and then access to the attractions. That's really an after hours event. That's really all that it is. A lot of times too, there's special food going on at different locations that are specific to the night. Like 90s night had like a couple DJs in certain areas. They had amazing photo opportunities, representing kind of like Disney Afternoon Avenue, which was something that was going on in the 90s for all the Disney afternoon shows that were on Saturday afternoons. They had some like retro character throwbacks. They had that on that particular night. They did have a fireworks show. And then all the rides were open. So you could have spent the time, getting your special treats. You could have spent the time going on the rides. You could have spent the time doing the weird character interactions or whatnot. But it's different from Oogie Boogie Bash because like Oogie Boogie Bash, like the whole park is like a giant party per se, and like you're trying to do everything. Whereas like an after hours event is really just that you're getting access to Disneyland after hours.
I almost want to say like have lower expectations. You're not getting an Oogie Boogie Bash, like not at all.
For people expecting like Oogie Boogie Bash level, like it's not going to be that.
And it sounds crazy to say that because this is just as expensive as Oogie Boogie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty wild the price point that Disney set.
We could eventually get a Christmas party at Disneyland. Like Merriest Nights could easily turn into a Christmas party next year.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Disney's doing this to test how much demand is there, and if it's there, maybe next year it is a party more than an after hours. So I could see that happen. I could definitely see that happen. One thing I've heard too a lot is obviously Disney, they want to raise capacity as much as anybody because it all involves money. They make more money when more people are at the parks. I think by the time we get to December, we're going to have like a full-on regular Disneyland if cases stay low. I'm going to say that. Just throw that out there. I think Disney is at the point now where they're just ready to step up the people game and have a lot more people and guests just come to the parks. There is one thing I want to talk about that we haven't talked about. I think that's it for the Merriest Party. Supposedly more details to come, Danny. More details to come.
I'm guessing we'll probably get some more details on what the parties that happening inside the lands, what they look like. Kind of like maybe some concept art of what they're going to look like in each land. I wouldn't. I mean, it's crazy. The tickets go on sale in 2 days, and with only 5 nights.
And we don't even have all the info.
With only 5 nights, their tickets are going to sell out. So,
it's going to sell out. People are going to buy it. This is obviously not for key holders. It's for people that are traveling. Or it's for people that are going to Disneyland that one time a year. That's what it's for. Don't get me wrong. I still want to buy a ticket myself. I would like to go one day. I just to see what it's all about. Okay. I want to talk about the calendar, Danny. Let's talk about the magic keys. I got the keys.
While you're pulling that up, I'm going to bring up 2 super chats we got going on. So we got Spring Street Artist who sends $5. It says, Danny looks like he owns Epcot in that hat. 5 fires.
I wish. Danny, I would ask Danny to get me in a Space 220.
I know, me too. I would already be at Space 220. Sai FPV sends a super chat for $2 and says 4 hours for $160 to $170. Paychecked.
What is the breakdown on that, dude? 170 divided by 4, dude. $42 an hour. That's how much you're spending. Plus parking if you don't have a key. Whew! It's getting a little bit expensive. Okay. Let's talk about the calendar. This is the Magic Key calendar, and we are finally starting to see some changes. And what I mean by changes is days selling out. Wow. 18th, the 25th, and 19th, and almost the 26th. So 18, 19, 25 are sold out.
And 17th for Disneyland.
And 17th for Disneyland. Disneyland for Sunday. And then we're already seeing the trend as well. Disneyland sold out on October 2nd. And Disneyland sold out for Halloween, October 31st.
Oh, and let me just talk really quick now that we have a calendar up here. So Disneyland already officially announced the beginning of the holiday season as November the 12th. The first day of Merriest Nights is the 11th. So technically, if you're going to the party on the 11th, you're getting Christmas entertainment and decorations and characters in their costumes a full day before everyone else.
Yep. And you know what I think might actually happen the week before? Maybe the Magic Key Lounge becomes Christmas because it's currently Halloween. So maybe we see the characters the first week of November in the Magic Key Lounge over there in Tomorrowland. So we'll see.
A lot of things.
A lot of big things coming. Danny, what are your thoughts? Is this something we not predicted, but like projected essentially? Saturdays and Sundays would be the ones sold out. I'm kind of surprised Saturdays are sold out because only the top 2 keys have those. You know what I mean?
Can you go into Saturday or to December and show us what's going on in December?
Yeah, let's do it. December, you can now make reservations all the way to December 11th. That's
my birthday.
Go. That's Danny's birthday?
Yeah, that's my birthday.
There it is. Write it down, everybody. Danny's birthday.
I'll be at Walt Disney World on my birthday.
So, no sold out dates yet in December. I kind of want to make a reservation for December 1st or one of these days. I don't know. Obviously, the 4th and 11th, those are the hot tickets right now in December, if we had to just throw it out there. But I'm really surprised to see Saturday sold out, dude. And the reason I say I'm surprised is because only 2 keys are allowed to do reservations on Saturday and Sunday. I know during the weekdays, if I could remember, there was like a couple sold out days, like for Disneyland, and Disneyland was just empty. So,
September's a little bit different. October is where it starts getting a little more blocked for those weekends.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see less days of the weekends, in my opinion, go away in October than we would in September.
Yeah, we'll see. For anybody that's like trying to buy a Magic Key anytime soon, definitely book Saturday, Sundays if those are your priorities. Big Avocado just mentioned Dapper Day starts November 13th. For anybody that's interested, that's when it is.
Dan, that's a big weekend. You got Merriest Nights Day 1, Holidays Day 1, Dapper Days Day 1.
Too much going on. Kristen says, what day will Christmas decorations go up? I could actually tell you. It'll probably be the 20th right here of October. It always happens, like it's not even Halloween yet and there's Christmas everywhere. Like the castle will have snow before Halloween. Mark my
Yeah,
word.
like before Halloween, like even October 31st, the castle is gonna have snow on it already.
Yeah, because one day it's like Halloween, Christmas, full on Christmas. Terrible Ryan with the super chat. Thanks for all the tips. If you guys could create your own new Disney attraction for either parks, what would it be? What would you like to bring to Disney parks, Danny?
Hmm.
I'm trying to think myself.
I don't know.
Honestly, I'd bring another Star Wars ride, and it would involve nostalgic Star Wars. None of this Disney Star Wars.
Yeah. It would be cool to see a brand new Star Tours, like a whole new ride for Star Tours. That's like nostalgic Star Tours. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we want nostalgic Star Wars to come.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I would say for me probably like, um, I would love like a good dark ride, like just any kind of dark ride they could think of, but like no roller coaster, no screens. Like give us like a classic dark ride.
honestly, I would love to see a similar format like Pirates of the Caribbean, but just something new. Just Pirates of the Caribbean with 2021 technology. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Because Pirates has obviously been one of the biggest successes at Disneyland in regards to how amazing the ride is and how many people they could push through that ride. It's incredible.
yep.
Jeff with the super chat. Do you get a certain credential when you purchase the express pass for HHN? Uh, Actually, I could tell you how it works. You get front of the line, you get a wristband that's probably a different color, and you get a car, or not a car. They print you out a ticket, and you cannot lose that ticket because that's what they scan at all the mazes or houses.
Do not lose it.
Do not lose that ticket because
They actually sell.
that's your front of the line.
They actually sell lanyards that you can buy that are themed to like everything Universal. And I would highly recommend bringing one or buying one so that you don't lose that, because you constantly have to bring it out all the time because they have to scan your ticket at each express entrance. And if you constantly are putting it in your pocket, you might lose it. So
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about when it comes down to Disneyland?
um, I would say, I mean, for Marius Nights, I just want to say it is expensive. I do think it is a little bit of a test. I do agree. Um, but I'm interested in the concept. I love the idea of Muppets coming back, especially if it's sort of like Muppets Christmas Carol. I think that's going to be really, really popular with a lot of people.
I feel like Muppets, oh my God, I can't even talk. Muppets, I feel like we don't care, man. Out here in California, we don't care. That's a Walt Disney World thing, I feel like.
I love the Muppets, so I'd be happy to see them. I just feel like the vibes will be really cool during the party because like the park will be really Christmassy, so that's kind of fun. So I feel like people will probably be all having all eyes on whoever gets to go to this party and see how it is, and then maybe next year when they expand it, I think a lot more people will be open to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got a super chat from regular Josh 1 dropping the fire. I would love to see Pirates from Shanghai. That looks incredible. Yeah. They should bring back, or if they could bring back Pirates of the Caribbean from Shanghai, Disneyland would be the ultimate theme park ever in history. Like nothing could beat it. Nothing could beat it.
Like Coco for sure needs to be a boat ride.
Yeah, if Coco came, oh man, if they could do a Coco ride but with Shanghai technology, game over. It'd be game over. I think it would be great because Coco has a lot of good music too that could fill it out. Maybe I'm in the minority in this. We need a freaking Aladdin ride. We need a Lion King ride, and most importantly, we need like a Sorcerer Mickey ride. I know we're getting Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but a Sorcerer Mickey ride would be incredible. It'd be so cool. All right. I think that's it for me, Danny, on Disneyland.
Yeah, I think that's it for me too. Looks like Kulabama is gonna keep an eye on our videos, Mondo, for Marius Nights, and maybe hold off on this year. She's gonna wait till next year.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Anybody, I get it, man. It's expensive.
Who
The
knows
back,
if we can even get tickets
I
because Oogie
know.
Boogie Bash was like impossible. So
uh, Bird Fiend says, "Have you seen Universal Beijing Jurassic World?" I've seen it like 20 times, probably, dude. The
you know what blew my
Indominus
mind?
chase scene is just I get goosebumps looking at it.
What blew my mind today was the Universal Beijing Kung Fu Panda boat ride.
Yup. Oh, Danny, I'm so sorry. We cannot end our Disney talk. Big shout out to Jen for bringing this up. What the heck happened to the Mary Poppins ride in Walt Disney World? Let's talk some D23. I want to talk D20. I don't care how early it is. I want to talk D23.
So we're gonna talk D23. You know, if you guys have ever watched me or Mondo in the past, we're huge D23 fans. We do a lot of D23 coverage. We care a lot about covering D23 because a lot of creators don't cover D23 in an aspect of planning and tips and stuff like that. D23 is so confusing and so difficult for people that don't do it. And if they're trying to do it for the first time, it's extremely overwhelming. And the rules always change every single expo, and it gets more and more confusing. It sounds like. So we're gonna definitely be hitting the D23 Expo coverage hard with preparation, with everything that you can do for D23. Disney just announced the tickets go on sale in January. So you got a few months to save up that money. Um, just know that tickets for the weekend are going to be pretty expensive. If you're trying to go all 3 days, it's going to be almost about $300. So just know that you need to save about $300 a person to get tickets. If you're trying to go for the whole weekend, usually each day you're looking at like $70-ish, maybe 80 this time around since it's a few years. They're going to raise the prices due to inflation and everything. But we're maybe looking at 80 some dollars per day. But you're probably looking at $350 for a full weekend ticket. So just keep that number in mind as you go to save for January. You have quite a few months left still. It is in September of next year, so literally a year from now. And D23 Expo is a lot of fun, but it can be a big disaster for a lot of people that go in with the wrong expectations and that go in thinking that it's going to be super easy, and then they're overwhelmed with crowding and lines. So we try to prep you as best as we can for D23 Expo, but it's and if you talk about Disney wasted at a theme park, just wait till you get Expo wasted. That's like that's a whole other level. A whole other level.
By the way, D23 Expo is going to be at the Anaheim Convention Center. I have it up on the screen now. September 9th, 10th, 11th. I know it's really early in all this, but I just wanted to bring it up because this all got announced this week. Sales are going to happen January 20th next year. You have to be a gold member to buy these tickets, as far as I remember. Right, Danny?
They usually have like an early purchasing period where you have to be a gold member, and gold member gets discount tickets too.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
Tickets.
Yeah. Gold members get the discounts. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, gold members usually get like first pick. They get discounts, and then the regular tickets go on sale a little bit later, and then full price. So. I don't know if you guys are interested in D23 Expo coverage. If you'd be interested in like what to expect, like we can do like a full D23 like from 2019 was the last year that they had it. So
look at that.
I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know.
We did it. We were here.
I know.
Dude, D23 is like so much fun. But at the same time, it's such a headache. It is such a headache. But we'll go in a deeper talk D23 down the line. I just wanted to bring it up now. Okay, we are ready to move on. Thank you for everybody that's been with us. We are 2.5 hours deep. we still got a lot to talk about real quick because we haven't gone into Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's Berry Farm, we're done with Disneyland. We're going to be transitioning now into Knott's Scary Farm, Knott's Berry Farm. I want to hit the horn just to let everybody know we awake. Knott's Scary Farm is going to be opening up this Thursday. They're going to be debuting their new maze, which is only one this year, Mesmer. And that, I could tell you right now, that's a 2-hour wait. Unless the maze is not good, it's going to be a 20-minute wait. I don't know. But
I'm really worried about Mesmer. You know, I don't know. I'm going to go in with very, very low expectations. So I'm not disappointed.
It's just whatever happens that day, you'll base it off that. Like, because like I kind of want to say, I don't know where Scary Farm's going this year, because I thought for the most part this dude right here was gonna have like a big importance because he kind of hyped up the whole marketing. I'm just gonna call him the conductor. I don't know if he has a name or not, but I don't know what's happening with the conductor.
Yeah, the conductor is a character in Ghost Town Streets, so he's just, I guess, the highlight of the event this year, rather than it being the Green Witch, Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
It's kind of conductor this time around, so he's kind of like the highlight of the event. He's the mascot. He's the merchandise. You know, the new shirt that has all the mazes on it has him right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what they did this year. Sorry, just real quick, going back. Everyone's asking about Mary Poppins because you kind of just talked about.
I know, yeah. Let's give Mary Poppins real quick. Let's go Mary Poppins real quick.
We were talking about D23 Expo. Mary Poppins reminded Mondo about D23 Expo, and then we talked about the prices because we wanted to make sure we hit the talk about tickets coming out. And it looks like someone put $300 D23 for the weekend, $89 for each day. So I don't know if they have prices up already.
Oh, they got pricing? Oh, damn. I didn't know.
I didn't even know that yet. But yeah, that's about what I thought it would be. So that makes sense. But no, Mary Poppins was an attraction that they had announced for Epcot coming to the UK pavilion, along with the Ratatouille ride coming to the France pavilion. There was a lot of stuff that was coming for Epcot that was announced in the 2019 D23 Expo that sadly is no longer coming anymore. So, the world changed a lot in 2020, and with it, so did Disney's budgets. And so the Epcot transformation really got sidelined big time, and unfortunately so, because Epcot is such an iconic park. But it did get sidelined, and they lost a lot of stuff that was coming to it, and they were going to have a highlight Mary Poppins attraction for the first time at Epcot, but sadly that is no longer on the roster. And there's the attraction poster for the Mary Poppins attraction right there. But we are no longer getting that ride anymore. There's no saying we may get it in the future, but for right now, it is not coming.
And so. D23 is where Avengers Campus got debuted, concept art wise.
Yeah. They also talked about the Lizzie McGuire show, which is why Hilary Duff's right there. And we also don't have the Lizzie McGuire show.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, it got canceled. So
yeah, I looked up D23 announcements. That's where I'm at right now. This is also where the Galactic Star Cruiser debuted before they ever talked about any pricing. Now that we know it's like $4,500 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then the return of Obi-Wan Kenobi got announced at D23. Lizzie McGuire is back. Never came back.
Not coming back either.
Where is the other one? I don't know if Moon Girl ever debuted. Black Panther 2 got announced as well. Soul I remember that. Soul 2. That was Raya and the Last Dragon. Dude, that was a cool announcement. Magic Happens also debuted during D23.
We got to hear, at D23, we got to hear the parade song before anyone else heard it, and Todrick Hall sang it live right there for us. So we actually heard the This is the anthem. That song that Mondo always sings.
This is the anthem. I just want to watch that parade now. Casey's sister with the super chat. Thank you for covering D23. It's so hard to find coverage of it. We're probably the first ones to talk D23.
Yeah, I've got some old videos on my channel, like way back, even some with Alana on there, talking about prep for the 2019 Expo. So if you want to kind of get an idea of what that might look like, you can watch those. Mondo has some vlogs from D23 Expo in 2019 as well. I think he has quite a few, actually.
This beautiful display right here.
This is the most disappointing thing.
That's what's coming, though, Danny. It's not. It's not coming to Epcot.
That was the most disappointing thing that was announced at D23 Expo that is no longer coming to Epcot. I think that was probably one of the most look forward to things because they, for those of you that know anything about Epcot, they ruined a lot of original Epcot to make way for this building. They ripped out a big chunk of old Epcot and just tore it all out to make way for this. And then the Rona happened and the park shut down and this was no longer being made anymore. And they ruined all those buildings for nothing.
Yeah.
So maybe that comes in the future. But for right now, it's not coming. So they took all those buildings out for no reason.
Man, wow. So much got announced and just so much changed. The way things have broken down. All right, enough of this D23 talk. I want to get back to the conductor. And what is this guy all about? Okay, I want to let everybody know, Not Scary Farm, to me, some of the things that I'm truly hoping to do and I'm most excited about is the entertainment. I know that kind of sounds crazy. It's just a lot of returning mazes this year. But when it comes down to entertainment, like the shows, I'm very excited for the shows.
That's like the majority of our night, I feel.
Yeah. Yes, I want to do all the mazes, but when it comes down to Not Scary Farm, the thing that's calling me the most is the shows. I do not know what Invitation to Terror is. I have literally no idea. Puppet Up is always a great watch, even on their bad days. And Wicked Drums is debuting. I'm really looking forward to these entertainments coming back. This is what separates Not Scary Farm from HHN. Is just here alone, they have 6 shows that you could watch. The Scare Zones also, this year we're going to get Carnival, Forsaken Lake. Looks like they put a lot more effort, in my opinion, in a Forsaken Lake props, it looks like. Ghost Town Streets is iconic, but Gorin' 20s is the big one that's new. And the Hollow, which me and Danny, we've hung out in the Hollow so much in 2019. An amazing scare zone. But for Goring 20s, I want to click it. This is the one. I don't know what's happening here, Danny. We're going to find out more info. There is a media event that Not Scary Farm will be having, and we will be attending. Hopefully I can provide everybody more info of what's to come to kind of just prepare. But Goring 20s is a new scare zone that has arrived in front of Berry Tells, the ride, over there by Walter Knott Theater. What are your expectations of Goring 20s, Danny?
I don't know. I'm guessing like the teaser we got was like the Devil's Elixir, kind of like made everyone kind of go psycho. So my guess is like people drink the Devil's Elixir and like they become like murderous and they kind of like kill each other. And so that's kind of what I'm guessing the theme of this is like there's going to be all these people that were in Prohibition, you know, drinking at this speakeasy and they got Devil's Elixir and just went nuts and like it turned into mayhem and there's just like, you know, murder and just like craziness happening everywhere. People coming at you with knives, whatnot. So,
dude, honestly, I'm kind of scared for Scary Farm, dude, because Scary Farm, they go hard. I'm not saying HHN doesn't go hard. I'm just saying when I talk about Scary Farm, I think back of all my moments in the scare zones and the houses like Waxworks and Origins and stuff. The one maze that not talking about Goring 20s anymore. The one maze that I hope gets a lot of love is Pumpkin Eater. Y'all know I've been talking about Pumpkin Eater for a long time and whatever, but Pumpkin Eater was a disappointment in 2019. I don't care what anybody says it was, because 2018 Pumpkin Eater was badass. 2019 Pumpkin Eater, it just it was an afterthought. It was an afterthought.
Do you have a walkthrough of 2019, Mondo?
2019?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one. Let me bring it up. What are some of the things you're looking forward to the most at Not Scary Farm yourself, Danny?
Entertainment for sure. Like you already said, entertainment 100%. There's a lot of new entertainment we haven't seen. Wicked Drums. You mentioned that the one that you just said you didn't know about. We've got Puppet Up. I want to see that again. So like the entertainment is going to take a lot of time. Definitely excited about Goring 20s. I think it's a unique area for a scare zone. We only ever see that as a scare zone during the announcement event. So that's kind of cool to see that as an actual official scare zone now. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they incorporate Mesmer with the Carnival, because Mesmer obviously fits the theme of Carnival. So I want to see how they set up the entrance for that. Like kind of calling you. I feel like they're gonna do this whole like, come all over to Mesmer, like like in the corner to kind of like bring you over to that area.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're gonna see something over there to kind of like bring you into Mesmer, back there. So it's Knott's is doing quite a bit. Very fast because they also, like HHN, didn't have much time to prepare. So they have been rushing to get this stuff put in, and we saw some they weren't setting up for Pumpkin Eater until just like a week ago. So
Yeah.
like that thing was going up quick. So
I am trying to find I don't think I did a Pumpkin Eater, dude.
you didn't do one?
Oh man, I could have sworn I did. I just can't find it. I'm excited though. I'm excited for everything to come. Origins is probably going to be my top. I'm just going to take a wild guess. I think Origins is going to be my top maze in what's it called, 2021 this year. Origins was so good.
Oh, Alex Asuma says, pull up Knott's Scary Tales on Instagram. He has photos of the Goring 20s props on his page. They just went out yesterday for the first time.
Oh, really? Damn. That's new to me. This is what I want to see again. This is Origins, everybody. Whew! When I saw that for the first time, because we did a lot of update videos back then, but when we finally saw that, I was so happy to see the witch just flying everywhere. That's such a cool moment in that maze. So the Goring 20s has just been debuted.
Yes, they said pull up Knott's Scary Tales on Instagram.
Wow. I don't know if I want to spoil it for everybody. You know what? We won't spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if it's cool or not. I haven't seen it myself. We got Heidi with the super chat. Disney should bring back parades. I love being an MK holder or Magic King holder or Magic Key holder, but sometimes I feel like something's missing. Does anybody feel the same way? Thanks, Mondo and Danny. I feel like a lot is missing. Shows, entertainment, Fantasmic, parades, fireworks every day. There's a lot of good food. There's a lot missing. And for all the people that missed this last week, you could use your parking without a reservation. So you want to go to just downtown Disney and you have parking on your pass, you could use it. When it comes down to Not Scary Farm, I'm kind of in the mode of like, I'm just waiting to see what happens. And to be honest, for Not Scary Farm, it's just, there's not a lot of change. So it's kind of one of those things where We'll see where the entertainment takes us. Because I kind of feel like we know what we're going to get, with Pumpkin Eater, Dark Entities, The Depths, Waxworks. Mesmer's kind of the only one where we don't know the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at. The one thing I do want to talk about also, I feel like Buffet, if you're on the fence, just do it. Buffet is for sure worth it, without a doubt. That's an experience to definitely do. Where is Buffet? I want to bring it up right here. Here we go. So Buffet, if you don't know what it is, it's an event that allows you to do a buffet style food. They have fried chicken, chef carving station, boysenberry pie, and more. It's $45 and does give you early entry to certain mazes. And I think, you get a souvenir cup and one digital photo download with all the monsters at the buffet selection. Yeah, it's endless portions. Okay, just wanted to make sure. But for $45, that is a super like money's worth in my opinion. This does not include your admission into Not Scary Farms. You still need that. So definitely be aware. You got to buy both. Anything else to talk about when it comes down to Not Scary Farm, Danny?
If you want to pull that up, Mondo, I mean, this is speculation. There's nothing really being spoiled there. They're just showing one of the props that got put in place for that's out and open in the daylight.
They already put it in the. I thought it was like props behind the scenes.
No.
Okay, what's it called? Knott's what?
Not Scary Tales.
That's a website?
No, it's an Instagram account.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to show something if it was like behind the scenes. Not Scary Tales. Never heard of Not Scary Tales.
That car right there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Damn.
So it says, don't drink the devil's elixir and drive. And it's like the car's been crashed and the windshield's all busted out.
So this is a prop that came out of nowhere. Okay.
So they actually removed the big giant boysenberries that were there for the 100th and put this there.
Dude, that's a legit prop to just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Wow. Maybe this is like a photo op or something. I don't know. That usually you don't see props like that at Knott's. That's pretty cool.
Then they got some other photos of stuff coming up. They have a prop. They have a prop from in the hollows. If you scroll down a little bit, there's like a carriage that's in the hollows. I've never seen that in the hollows ever, and I've done that every year.
Dude, the hollows is looking beautiful. Look at all this greenery. I feel like the hollows is different. Well,
because remember, this used to be like a pumpkin area, and now we're seeing like a graveyard there.
Yeah, this is totally different. You know what this means, Danny? Five Fires update video finally coming through.
We got some preparation of Spooky Farm too.
Man, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I haven't been to Knott's in like maybe 2-3 weeks. Mainly because like the focus went elsewhere. Look at this, dude. What? Whoa. There is some big changes that came to Knott's Berry Farm in a very fast amount of time.
Yeah, the Carnival Grotesque.
Wow. So this is a whole brand new show that I've never seen. Big shout out to Not Scary Tales for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you to this Instagram. I guess the pumpkins have arrived as well. This is for Pumpkin Eater. Hopefully characters and scare actors arrive with these pumpkins. That was one of my biggest complaints last year in 2019. Because 2018, they staffed that ride to perfection. And 2019, not so much. Also, too, the holiday hootenanny or the Halloween hootenanny has arrived. So Timber Log Ride, I think it's already transformed. Or it'll probably transform obviously this week.
And then if you want to pull up Our Knott's Adventure, you know, that account we usually follow.
Yep. Our Knott's Adventure, by the way, is one of the Knott's Berry Farm accounts to follow.
Yeah, Our Knott's Adventure is awesome. They actually have the food offerings, Mondo, listed for Scary Farm.
What? Where's all this arriving?
You gotta just be in the.
I'm just not in the know with Knott's right now.
We got Arlene. We got Arlene in the chat. Mondo, get to Knott's tomorrow.
Oh, you best believe it, girl. You best believe it. You best believe it. Frankie's Bride with the super chat. Hey guys, I feel like Scary Farm is classic. They need to bring it to stay on top of the fire. Do you have a costume for Doug? Gordo the Pug is gonna be Jason. I wish we could dress up Doug. That guy just hates. He doesn't even like being petted. No outfit for Doug. But Knott's Berry Farm is a classic. Knott's Scary Farm was like the first event to do what it does. I think the big changes for Scary Farm are coming next year. Obviously not this year, but man, this is a lot to absorb. This food.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that at Sutter's Grill. Petrified pizza burger.
Petrified pizza burger? What does that even mean?
Read that. Look at that. Oh my
Cheeseburger
God.
with pepperoni pizza as buns. Hey, already not Scary Farm already beat Disneyland when it comes down to food with that. Carnage Chupacabra burger, red or black bun with a cheeseburger and a hot dog. What? Damn. Knott's Berry. They also, in Ghost Town Grub, murderous midnight funnel cake. Funnel cake with blueberries, lemons, and gummies. Decomposing tacos. At Gourmet Churro Factory, you could get a creepy peanut butter and chocolate churro. Dude, Knott's Scary Farm brought all the creativity to the food, dog. What? Dude, Boardwalk Barbecue. Right here. This one. Halloween Sushi Crab Roll. They're even bringing sushi to the Halloween event. Wow.
Mondo, did you get the super chat where they said, what up, Mondo, Danny? It was great bumping into you guys at HHN on Thursday.
No. Sorry, Philip. We got a super chat from Philip. What up, Mondo and Danny? It was great bumping into you guys at Thursday's HHN. Mondo, how was your VIP tour experience? Mine was 5 fires. What's up, Philip? Dude, VIP tour is an unbeatable experience. If you could afford it, like you save enough money to do it, nothing beats VIP. I just have to be honest. Just for the fact that, like, once you finish your tour, if you do an early one, you could keep doing front of the line for everything, including rides. So it's really hard to beat that. But my experience was 5 fires.
We got a super chat from Chris Taylor who sends $2 and says, is Knott's doing a Scaramony this year?
From what I have heard, the answer is yes. What I have heard, Chris, it might possibly be the same opening ceremony we had in 2019. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. I just have been out of the beat of Knott's Berry Farm. I will be doing a whole lot of Knott's Berry Farm this week, and a lot more because I got a Knott's Scary Farm pass. But I just kind of been waiting for Summer Nights to transition in a Scary Farm, and it finally has done that. So 5 Hours will be back at Knott's a lot soon. We got Mark Alvin with the super chat. Hey Mondo, off topic, but my bad for yelling 5 Fires in the vlog near Harry Potter World and the RIP tour line. Don't worry about it, man. It's all about having fun, Mark. Just got to represent the community. That's what I'm talking about. Let me hit that horn for the 5 Fire community. Heck yeah, Mark. Hope you had an awesome night that day, dude. Dude, I feel like Knott's needed to do a tasting lanyard with all this food they brought, Danny. That would have been a genius idea.
Yeah, like I think we have Brittany Papa in here saying, just please tell them to bring back tasting events. I want to say, I think we're on to something with our Speculation Sunday last week. I think we need to see Spooky Farm turn into or just turn into Halloween, and it's just a taste, and it also has a tasting card available.
I would love to do an event like that where it's Spooky Farm, but you get a tasting event that's just included in the day. That'd be fun. It doesn't have to be every night, obviously, but just select days. We got a super chat from Adventures in Magic. Wando, I was thinking about going to Knott's for the day and night on the 25th. Do I need a day and night ticket? If you're at Knott's Berry Farm in the day, you cannot stay for Scary Farm. Scary Farm is its own event that you actually have to exit and come back in. I don't think they're gonna allow like how Oogie Boogie Bash allows like you to stay in the event. Even Halloween Horror Nights does.
Everyone has to
Farm, yeah, you have to leave. There is no staying inside.
Yeah.
But you have to buy a separate ticket, Adventures in Magic, for Scary Farm. Let me see, dude. I really have to say, not Scary Farm. I'm all of a sudden excited for this food, Danny. A burger with pizza slices? What?
I can't wait for that. I want to see Mondo's reaction for that.
I don't even know what to think. That's just crazy. But for Not Scary Farm, I want to say right now, we're kind of in the calm before the storm. I think come Tuesday, we'll have a lot more info because do an update video, have a media event, and then come Wednesday, the day before Scary Farm, we'll have a good grasp of what's going down.
I would love to see an update from you, Mondo, on Wednesday, the day before the event.
Oh, it's coming. You best believe it's coming. I miss Knott's Berry Farm. I just the way the scheduling kind of went down. Disneyland took over everything, and then Halloween Horror Nights took over everything. But Knott's is going to be the one to take over everything.
I will say it's very tricky with trying to plan Disneyland reservations around like other theme parks.
Yeah, that Scary Farm is priority this week. That's all I'm going to say to everyone. Yeah. We got Jackie with the super chat. What time do you recommend getting there for the event to catch a good spot for the Scaramony? Very good question. That is actually a very good question. Not Scary Farm. What time do they kick off? Is it 7?
I honestly can't remember. I will be honest though, Jackie. The space that they have available for you to watch the Scaramony is very small, and it goes. So you can hear the Scaramony going on and maybe see like a little tiny stage if you're not, but you kind of have to be like the first one waiting outside that gate to be one of the first ones right up against the ropes for Scaramony. The only way you can bypass that is by doing the buffet and then kind of getting an early entry into the park. And you watch the Scaramony from the other rope that we don't have access to as regular guests walking in. That's how it went in 2019.
Hey, the buffet gets a great spot viewing for the opening ceremony, to be honest.
Yeah. If it's the same as it was before, yeah, because during the media event, they let us use the buffet viewing spot, and it's really nice.
Yeah, that was the only time I got to do that viewing. Jackie, Not Scary Farm on Thursday. It opens up right here. Oops. There it is, right here. This day, on Thursday, it says 7 to 1. So on Friday, it's 7 to 2 a.m. If you really want a good spot for the opening ceremony, I'm going to have to say 4 o'clock.
Yeah, or do buffet.
Or do the buffet. But I'm going to have to say 4 o'clock. I think if you show up at 5, it's too late. Because the thing is that Not Scary Farm, a lot of people go in the day and then they just exit, go back in line for Not Scary Farm, and people don't mind waiting 3 hours because the opening ceremony is really, really cool at Not Scary Farm. Let me see if I could bring it up real quick. I just want to show people. I want to show people the opening ceremony, Danny.
It's a little long, but
no, I just want to show the ending of it. Opening ceremony. Here we go. I got it. It's 4.5 minutes. Damn. Hey, that's worth the wait though. 4.5 minutes. That's longer than a maze. This is it. I'm gonna play the opening ceremony. Hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. I want to bring us down a little bit lower. There we go. So this is the opening ceremony of Not Scary Farm. This is what Jackie was talking about. This is the one that you would probably wait from 4 o'clock to get a good spot.
All will pay! Maledecir du calico, transfundo creatura, nocte regia tilonia, pais, anima las papitas! To all who enter this cursed place, the fire, evil, is already within you. I'm only allowing it to escape. Into our little town. All are invited. Death awaits. And now, foolish mortals, enter the den of all
Look at Timbo. I miss Timbo. But I do want to see if here we go. Right here. So Jackie, this is where you would be if you wait around 4 o'clock right here.
Yeah, that's the only little bit of rope that you can get right there. Otherwise,
Look.
you're just standing behind everyone else.
That's how limited this viewing area is for Not Scary Farm opening ceremony. Look at that. That's how limited.
And then where we're standing on this video is the buffet area.
Yep. So from the buffet area, you get this view right here. Boom. So you tell me if that's worth $45. Danny, I think we might have to get these tickets right now, Doc. I talked myself into this. I think we're gonna have to do it, dude. I didn't think it was that worth it, but now that I think about it, that's actually really worth it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sarah Nicole asks, my nieces want to go to this. Too much for 13-year-olds? I don't know. What do you guys think? It's always up to the parents. Let the parents decide what the kids can do and can't do. We're thinking of taking Sonic and having them just do like scare zones. Not really do the houses, but we're thinking of having them do scare zones. Just to kind of break him in. And if it's too much for him, obviously we'll leave. But I kind of have to say this might be a little too intense for 13-year-olds. That's just my opinion. Final thoughts, Danny? What do you got on Knott's Berry Farm? Final thoughts.
I'm looking forward to your updates this week. I don't think I'll have an opportunity to get out there other than the media event to do any updates. So I'll be looking at your Instagram posts and your YouTube videos to see what we got going on as far as what we can expect. I haven't seen really any setup yet. I haven't been following any of the accounts because I've just been so into HHN and Disneyland. It's just been crazy.
Yeah. Disneyland, they're never not in the news. Always in the news. Can't get a day off to save my life. Shout out to Rich Lux. All right. I think that's it for me. My closing thoughts. I love Scary Farm. I can't wait to be in the scare zones, and I can't wait to do the entertainment and the shows. Knott's Berry Farm has a stacked lineup this year, and I feel like they're gonna bring it with all the houses. I'm just excited to see as a whole how much we could do. I kind of want to say we're not even gonna do 70% of everything. Knott's Scary Farm is a lot. It's a monster in itself of an event. There's almost no way you do everything. It's impossible. I'm gonna say it's impossible. all the shows, everything and that's what makes Not Scary Farm amazing. Is you could keep going back and do so much different.
100%. The Scary Farm pass is like so worth it.
Yeah, big time.
Final chat.
Luna says, end the night with a Disney parade video, please. You know what? That's a good idea, man. I was thinking about doing that myself, actually. I just want to watch this real quick, dude. Oh, the memories.
You're in that magic happens mood right now.
I know. I really am. Hold on. Here we go. I think this is a good one right here. Let me see. We'll end it with the positive. I know it's not Scary Farm, but
old intro.
I still love it. Dude. I miss this. I just find it so crazy that all these people trained so hard for this event and then it's just gone, dude. Just gone. It's so crazy how the world was at this very moment. I think this is February 2020 and just had no idea what was coming. It's crazy to look back that this is now a year and 7 months, Danny? It's crazy. I can't believe it's been a year and 7 months since this moment right here.
Yeah, this parade only got like
2 weeks. Yeah, like two. I just can't believe it, dude. I can't believe it. Every time I look back at this video, I'm just like, it's insane, dude. Insane, man. I'm just like shook, dude. And I remember like when this all debuted, a lot of people were like not so positive about this parade, but we would love to have this back without a doubt right now. Well, hopefully we get this parade back early in 2022. That's all we could only ask for. I think we get it back in January, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. Did I miss any super chats or anything? Just want to make sure we're good. Man, that made me sad. I miss those days, dude.
I kind of miss the simple days too of during the pandemic. the walking around the outside of Disneyland.
I'm not trying to say I want to be in a pandemic, but it was crazy to see how freeways were during the pandemic, how fast you could just travel to LA. It was like, whoa, it was just eye-opening, dude. Like I could get to LA in like a third of the time at the middle of the day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh man, what a crazy time. Jose says all those floats are in storage. Rumor parades will be returning spring 2022. It's gonna go AFC to Magic Happens. What does that mean, Danny?
A Christmas fantasy parade to Magic.
What is spring considered at Disneyland?
February, March.
I need it now. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate you guys joining us on Fine Fire's YouTube. Another Speculation Sunday. Stay tuned as we got a lot to talk about next week as Not Scary Farm debuts, Hollow Scream at SeaWorld debuts, and there's one more I can't think of. Something else is debuting, but we'll go over it next week. And probably a lot more D23 talk.
I was gonna say, stay tuned for some more D23 stuff because we'll definitely discuss it.
Yeah, we got a lot more to talk about. I just wanted to throw it in, sprinkle it in this live stream. But have a good night, everybody. Appreciate your guys' time and support. Shout out to all the moderators for being so awesome. Thank you for your time and keeping the chat clean, fun, and positive as always. Thank you to all the new members. Thank you to all the people that are now subscribed, that are new to the channel. We appreciate it. We're on the road to 100,000 here on Fine Fire's YouTube. We're grinding every day, man. No breaks. No breaks, baby. Big thank you to Danny, Just As Danny. You guys can follow him on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all of it, man. Please subscribe to Danny. He has a YouTube channel. I know we talked about it earlier. Please subscribe to Danny. That's it, man. That's it, Danny. All right, everybody. Love you all. Have a good night. And sending nothing but positive vibes for a strong next week, everyone. But let's fire. Oh, what were you going to say?
I said, yeah, it's going to be a fun week.
Heck yeah. All right, everybody. Let's fire it down. Fire it down. The Cali Bay is calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.